The Arizona Cardinals miss out on Malik Willis. Their solution, Plan C, Gardner Minshew and Jacoby Brissett. Is that really the Cardinals QB room going into 2026? And a flurry of moves within the last hour. We're going to break down, Johnny Venerable. Cards stumble out of the gates as far as free agency goes.
Stumble. It was a disaster for Monti Ossenfort, who is clearly over his skis, and his time should be over as Cardinals general manager. PHNX Cardinals, our time is now. Hey, welcome in. From studio. Hey. It's that kind of day. Presented by our friends at Circle K.
We just killed the music.
It's the PHNX music podcast, your premier, number one for now, Arizona Cardinal podcast. Like and subscribe. You gotta laugh or you would cry. Leave us a 5-star wherever you get your programming. I'm Johnny Venerable. Bo Brack with his third show today. Let's give it up for Bo Brack. 3 shows in one day after Cards After Dark last night. We're going to get into a lot of sad, gross stuff today, but I want to make sure I give my co-host his flowers for holding it down. Noah's back behind the Mac. No one cares about that, but crushing it, Bo. No, in all seriousness, you and Noah and Espo holding it down. And yeah, that's all I want to talk about is what a great job you guys have done.
Should we just cut the stream right now?
Yeah.
Great stuff. No, Noah's crushed it. He's been doing show after show here. And we've been breaking this thing down. I wish we had, better information to relay. What's up to everybody in the chat? Already lighted it up with some great super chats. We'll get to that. Plus the ones we missed from our earlier emergency podcast, 20 plus from the Gardner Minshew signing pod. But hello, Aaron Wilson, Burnt Marble, Jay Giberson, Van John, New Jersey Cardinal, CUMP. How about LeBron, Louie, Oscar, Humble Rumble, Steven Jackson, Midwest Mark, Benjamin, Daniel Roberts, Aaliyah. How we doing? Dylan Richards, Brock. Welcome everybody into the show. Absolutely. What a day. Bad day, sad day for the Cardinals. One, I guess, silver lining, signing. But other than that, it's been a tough one for the Cards fans, Johnny.
You mean a 32, soon to be 33-year-old guard? Yeah, we'll talk about that. The Cardinals failed. They failed the free agent frenzy today. They get an F. There's several more days to go. They can enhance their team, do some window dressing, maybe give people a reason to smile. Monti Ossenfort failed this fan base today. Monti Ossenfort had 6 months to prepare for a Kyler Murray cut departure, and he turned around and fumbled not only 1, but 2 quarterback solutions. The latter was also a joke. Malik Willis goes to Miami. Very reasonable, 2 years, 40-some million. There it is.
The entirety of the deal, 3 years, $67.5 million, including $45 million guaranteed. And like the way you break these contracts down is mostly the guaranteed money, and that's coming within the first 2 years. The Dolphins
bonus, it's one of those deals, Bo, where it's front loaded, then it's got some guarantees next year. It's basically a 2-year deal, is it not?
It is. And the way you look at how this is structured, the Miami brass down there look between the couch cushions for a little extra salary cap space, and the little that they could find, they stretched that from an inch to a mile.
Yeah,
they did wonders. They took their capologist, I'm sure, and got it done. Malik Willis is going to have an under $9 million cap hit this season. He got a $20+ million signing bonus, which can be kind of stretched across the extent of the deal, and maybe even some void years. We'll see. And then you got some guaranteed money and a cap hit of about $22 million next season, with I think $29 million in total monies for Malik Willis. But I mean, you could flip it. I mean, if you're the Cardinals, you could have just flipped years 1 and 2 and had very little guaranteed going into the second season. Didn't have the appetite for it, apparently. And Malik Willis is kind of the one shining light in Miami, while the rest is a fire sale. They had they traded away another good player this morning for nothing to a division rival, the Jets. But Malik Willis still a more desirable destination with South Beach over the desert.
The frequency, how quick the Dolphins got that deal done, clearly has been working behind the scenes, negotiating that. And the Cardinals did the bridesmaid thing, which was cute. And could have easily matched that or superseded it, and nobody would be complaining. I mean, there'd be some people that would be complaining, but, you know, I hate to be like, told you so, but like for the people who are like lukewarm on Malik Willis, like the team's actions, what they turned around to do was, I would venture to say, like infinitely worse than I think anything you and I could have imagined them doing. And they didn't pivot to Tyson Bagent. They didn't pivot to Derek Carr or even Kirk Cousins. They didn't make a Hail Mary play for Aaron Rodgers. They didn't do things to get guys who have been competent recent starters in the NFL. Or in Bagent's case, a flyer for a guy that you like who's in his mid to late 20s that's cheap and he's got some juice, right? They did probably the most unthinkable thing. They turned around, pivoted to Jimmy Garoppolo, subsequently, according to a reporter locally, struck out with Jimmy Garoppolo. Talks broke down, and then gave Gardner Minshew $8 million for a 1-year deal, $7 million more than Andy Reid and Brett Veach gave him last year in Kansas City to back up Patrick Mahomes. And then the team leaks it out to the flagship radio station and Tom Pelissaro that the plan is Jacoby Brissett, QB1, one-legged 29-year-old Gardner Minshew, QB2. And I'm sorry, we're going to talk about these other moves that they made. It's quarterback league, guys.
Right.
That is a joke. It's the worst quarterback room in the NFL. And I think it puts a cherry on top of Monti Ossenfort is officially a worse general manager than both Rod Graves and Steve Keim. We are witnessing, in my opinion, because the record sure as hell is going to support it at this rate, worst modern GM in Cardinal football history. And it pains me to say that because I looked him in the eye at the combine and I said, we're rooting for you. We want this to work out. This can't be your plan after 6 months. That you can't tell season ticket holders that this is the plan. Nobody else would accept this outside of the Jets, who are, I don't know, stripping it down like we did 3 years ago. This is an embarrassment. I'm embarrassed for this fan base, the city of Arizona, or excuse me, the state of Arizona. I mean, I'm at a loss for words for the majority of today because I can't believe a professional team operated like this.
Right. Yeah. And to reinforce it, on the heels of paying your franchise quarterback of 7 seasons and wearing a $55 million dead cap charge to go play for peanuts for another team and likely to find more success than your team's going to have in 2026 because of their inability to play the most important position in all of sports. The risk aversion strikes again. When you talk about not willing to pay the price, the risk, and we're fully aware of the risk with Malik Willis, but not willing to pay the free agent asking price of that to get it done, not even, hitting a reported snag with Jimmy G. I don't know what the hell that is. How do you hit a snag? Maybe it's because you would tell him that Jacoby's the incumbent and the sitting starter. That's probably what turned him off. But with all of that, then you start to look at the other options. Tyson Bagent, who looks like the Bears are willing to entertain offers, but so if the free agent asking price is too much for Willis, then the cap or the draft pick capital, price is too much for Bagent. You got to take a risk. You got to make a move at some point. And they're deciding to sit this one out and just go via top backups for a starting quarterback position, where you look at Monti Ossenfort in his tenure as Cardinals GM, has 2 wins with a backup caliber quarterback in there since he's taken over as the architect of the Cardinals team. It's a flawed roster, tremendously flawed roster, but no more than that quarterback room right now.
Let's take a look at Monti Ossenfort's moves as GM addressing the quarterback position, because this has been one of our biggest concerns. About let's turn the clocks back to 2023 when he took over. Kyler Murray had a torn ACL. Okay, instead of getting a viable bridge quarterback for that season, they committed temporarily to Colt McCoy, who had a dead arm, and we saw at training camp couldn't actively throw. He coupled that by drafting Clayton Tune, didn't finish his rookie deal. Then they had to scramble trade for Joshua Dobbs because it was so embarrassing before the start of the regular season. That's after balking over $200,000 for Dobbs in the month of March. Then the following offseason, he would trade recently passed Rondell Moore, rest in peace, for quarterback Desmond Ridder, who would get cut before the regular season. And they had to roll with Clayton Tune again. Then last offseason, he signed Jacoby Brissett to do what he does, be a backup. And everybody applauded that move. And then Jacoby Brissett proceeded to go 1-11, losing 9 straight games. Those of us with eyes watched him be overwhelmed by good to average teams. He lost to Kirk Cousins at home. Now they're going to cut Kyler Murray on Wednesday, and they signed Gardner Minshew today on what feels like a panic move. No one else was signing Gardner Minshew today, especially for upwards of $8 million. So you inherited Kyler Murray. You had infinite resources. You've exited 4 off seasons potentially with a quarterback room of Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew. I don't like calling for people's jobs. This is enough's enough. We've seen enough. You can't do this. You can't do this job. You can't.
No, you can't roll out a competitive team week in and week out in the NFL with that quarterback room.
No.
I mean, anybody who's been, and I don't understand how that was the plan C. And when we go through the quarterback options this offseason, and like we had the quarterback, was it musical chairs? And it feels like all signs are pointing to Kyler going to Minnesota, and Tua landed in Atlanta, and you've got probably Rodgers going to Pittsburgh, and of course Malik Willis, he landed in Miami. Like, you still got options like Kirk Cousins and maybe Derek Carr. But guys who've started games in this league and have been known as starters for teams, you said, no, we're going to go with option C for us. It's Gardner Minshew. Well, nobody else had him really as an option at all. And Jacoby Brissett obviously is the starting quarterback there. I mean, it was a messy start to the day, an absolute just disastrous start to free agency. Not only that, and this is a complete optics conversation here,
yeah.
Right? Because you guys know my stance on the idea of taking Jeremiah Love 3rd overall. But the way that this day started out was the Cardinals played second fiddle or bridesmaid to Malik Willis, and then quickly pivoted inside Tyler Allgeier to round out their running back room. And shut the door on like a bit of a fever dream for the fan base of maybe entertaining the idea of Jeremiah Love. Like, immediately stomped out any hopes and dreams that Cardinals fans could have had the rest of the offseason. Says now you've got the harsh reality of the dark days that are in front of us that you have to kind of endure, where it's like you're going to have 2 backup quarterbacks as your option. You're going to have a running back room of a 31-year-old guy who has the respect. He's a fan favorite, James Conner, but let's be realistic about, what you get from 31-year-old running backs. Tyler Allgeier, who hasn't had a 1,000-yard rushing season since 2022, and Trey Benson, who hasn't tapped into nearly the potential you expected at him in 20, drafting him in the 3rd round 2 seasons ago. I mean, it's just an unmitigated disaster. And I feel for Cardinals fans that wanted to kind of at least get some sort of potential fun, hope, entertainment out of this free agency period where it's just been hit after hit.
Yeah, I mean, this is a business at the end of the day. This was a business that was hemorrhaging season ticket holders. We know this because they fired Jonathan Gannon. Michael Bidwill said, well, I have to fire Jonathan Gannon because people are turned off by this product. The product that included Jacoby Brissett, by the way.
Right.
I mean, like, I'm not sitting here and saying Jonathan Gannon is perfect, but like, you're basically scapegoating Jonathan Gannon and Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray, who basically is a 500 quarterback for you, for Monti gets to stay and Jacoby gets to stay. And everything else, we'll change up the coaching staff, but the quarterback and the GM from the team that finished 9 straight losses, they're leading us this year. What?
Right.
What?
And Brissett in a completely different offense. Like even like the
and a year older.
Yeah, the successes that you saw from Brissett were in Petzing's offense. They were in an offense where most of the time they were playing from behind.
Right.
So when you can, if you want to dress up the stats, you can certainly do that. But I wouldn't encourage it. It's because at the end of the day, it doesn't paint a pretty picture. It's still 1-11 and 12 starts. They blew the assignment again, but more so with more time to prepare. As you said,
I mean, Monti blew it.
Yes, he did. And that's who's remaining, who's left over. No, like Mike LaFleur, the only thing that sucks, I mean, Mike LaFleur is stuck in this. This is a guy that you hire Mike LaFleur under the idea that you're getting in early on a guy, maybe hiring him a year too early to become your head coach, and you're not setting him up for success. You have the potential to do what happened with Jonathan Gannon, which was a big part of the reason you didn't bring him back was 2023, he endured in all willingly so a bad season. They went 4-13 that year, and they understood the assignment. They had the tank, they had to get the best pick and really kind of tear the roster down to the studs. But we saw when you look at it 3 years later and you don't find quick success afterwards, your overall win-loss percentage, it's probably going to be to the point where it's a fatal blow for you as a head coach. So you start off, you take a big misstep like that, you're putting your guy way behind the 8 ball. We talk about 26, and that's what the Malik Willis people were about, and investing in anything beyond 2026 would, kind of be detrimental to their draft pick. But it's going to be losing and bottoming out again is going to be completely detrimental to the overall just well-being and health of this franchise.
Yeah, and let me address this comment here and echo my co-host's sentiment. Like the idea that the Cardinals have the cachet to look at their fan base when they were hemorrhaging fans last year, and they've averaged under 5 wins per season the last 5 years, and say, hey, stick with us. We're going to strip it down one more time in an effort to maybe get Dante Moore or Lenore Sellers. They're not getting Arch Manning. Arch Manning, I don't think they're getting the number 1 overall pick. We saw the strength of schedule this year, bump them down multiple slots. This is not the NBA. This is not Major League Baseball. You cannot actively tank months in advance for an NFL season. This is what my opinion is. I believe that Monti Ossenfort thinks these are winning moves, which is even worse because it suggests that the Cardinals think that they're doing something right, when in all actuality, everybody else, except for the Jets, would have had Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback too. And rushing out, like these free agent signings, we're going to get to them. I mean, it's guys who Mike's familiar with. These are like, you're filling out rosters with these guys. These aren't premier players. These aren't players that are going to move their win total up.
Right.
By the way, it was at 4.5. I mean, does anybody venture to say preseason they're going to have Monti Ossenfort has been in charge of this roster for 4 off seasons, and they're going to be projected to have, if not the worst, the second worst over-under in win total next year. And then Art's putting it out. Bo and I have talked about that before. Like, you might as well trade Marvin Harrison Jr. because you can't maximize what you need to do with backup quarterbacks this year to get Marv and Mike and Trey in a good position. And now a 32-year-old Kendrick Bourne. And I see a lot of people online. Listen, I respect my peers. I respect our peers in this market. For the people that are like, give Jacoby Brissett an offensive line in a run game and see what happens. Guys, he's 33 years old. He is 3-15 in his last 18 starts. He might not be a disaster, but he's not going to win you games. Malik Willis gave you the upside at 27 years old, super athletic, to go out there and win you games with his leg, with his big-time arm. You had a chance to catch teams off guard. You are going with a quarterback room that no other team in the NFL would sign up for.
He had prime Nick Chubb, 1,500 yards, 12 touchdowns in Cleveland. What did that run game net?
And the best line in the NFL at the time.
Really good offensive line there. Brissett, he went 4-7 as a starter.
Give him an O-line,
John
though.
Watson came back. I mean, I don't want to crush Jacoby. I think, when his name is called, he plays admirably. It's just, he is who he is, guys. He's not going to miraculously just like catch lightning in a bottle and be a 10-7 quarterback. Like the best case scenario for a Jacoby Brissett quarterback team, I think, is like coming in a hair or 2 games under 500. I mean,
that's not in the NFC West.
Great point. I mean, who are you going to go up against in those 6 games that you're going to be favored in at this point?
I mean, Jacoby Brissett had opportunities to win games at the end of the game against the Colts, against the Packers, against the Falcons, against the Jaguars. Couldn't do it. And to be fair, he shouldn't be asked to do it.
Right.
This is not Johnny and Bo and PHNX Cardinals fandom versus Jacoby Brissett. This is having the self-awareness to say, we as a franchise are not operating with any kind of semblance of a competent organization. We can't sit at the big kids table. You're not going to have any nationally televised games. You're going to hemorrhage more fans. You're going to lose more season ticket holders. How is this your plan? How do you think people are going to respond to this? It's not going to be great. Mm-hmm. Now, there are people in this market that will shill for this franchise because it's in the best interest of them. Like, Bo and I are respectful, but we're not going to say things disingenuous to your football acumen. That's the last thing we're going to do today, to make you spoon feed something that's not. Mm-hmm. And that's this quarterback room. You deserve better than that. I'd rather lose all my access, everything forever, than rather sit here and say, I'm glad that they didn't sign Malik Willis and Jacoby Brissett's the right guy. And let me tell you why. Right. It's like, no, you're better than that. You guys know it. Like, we can disagree on personnel and draft picks and whatever. But like, I think everybody with a functioning brain understands, like, this is not how most teams would operate with 6 months notice on cutting Kyler Murray.
Right. Right. I mean, if we want to get back into the Malik Willis discussion, I mean, what did it come down to? I mean, there's multiple reports that said they were in on Malik Willis. It wasn't just, hey, we think as people who consume this team, this is who they should go. No, there was reports from Ian Rappaport to locally to everybody who covers this team that the Cardinals were in on Malik Willis, but they didn't follow through with a deal. So they liked him enough to be in on him, but not enough to go to a certain point as far as the financials go. Connor Hughes, Cardinals had interest here. The price was simply too rich for them. I'd expect Arizona to continue to try to lure Jimmy Garoppolo. This was before the Minshew deal went down. Dolphins, by the way, option was Geno Smith. Willis, Miami increases odds Jets land their former QB. I mean, I don't know how, if you're sitting there and you're flush with cap space and you couldn't, and you're going up against the team that's completely cap strapped like the Dolphins and lose, and it wasn't even a fair fight. And then
you weren't in it. You weren't in it.
Yeah, your backup plan was Gardner Minshew.
Too rich for a team that has no margin for error with their fans. Like Miami, it's like, we're cutting people. We're trading our best defender, Mika Fitzpatrick, for a 7th rounder. Most of their fan base was like, don't sign Malik Willis. Let's tank. We've had some good seasons. Strip it down. Quinn yours. That was the consensus from Dolphin fans. And then their GM and their head coach are like, you know what, though? We want some viability. We want to give ourselves a shot. We could be interesting. What the Cardinals do. We're going to go with Jacoby Brissett, 9 losses in a row, and we're going to actively strike out twice in front of everybody. Like, we're sitting there. They better not sign Jimmy Garoppolo. They couldn't even do that right. Like, I'm sorry. Bringing in Jimmy Garoppolo is the equivalent of bringing in Gardner Minshew, which is the equivalent of keeping Jacoby Brissett.
The snag has to have been that they said Jacoby's our starter. You come in and you want to compete.
Wait, by the way, if they told Malik Willis that's an embarrassment. Shame on them, and that agent should rip up their directory. They should never talk to them again. That's it. It's just an embarrassing thing. Like, the Cardinals just, I can't emphasize this enough, do not understand how to put together a roster for the 21st century and appeal to players when they have options on the market and they get worked by agents and their teams. That's what's happening right now. Like, again, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, Bruce Arians and Steve Keim, Bruce Arians especially, had the cachet and the moxie to manipulate deals. Keim went overboard at the end. But at least you felt like you were in it.
Right.
And that you could function. Monti Ossenfort cannot function. And I'm going to tell you right now, no Jonathan Gannon, Josh Sweat, that's a byproduct of JG. Kazir White, it's a byproduct of Gannon. Take those two guys out. Look what it looks like. It's a disaster. It's the worst free agent pool of 3 years easily in the NFL.
Yeah. You could even say, and I know people don't want to give this guy credit, you could give Petzing credit for Yelda Frohl.
And you could give the Cardinals credit for the retirement tour Calais. Who's left? Legitimately some of the worst free agents we've ever seen be brought to Arizona. I mean, it's just like, he is not good at this. That cannot be disputed now. He is bad at free agency, and he is middling in the draft, and he plays in a division when you've got just the elites of the elites in the NFL. Silicon Valley versus a mom and pop shop right now. You are getting worked. The Niners are out here courting Hall of Famer Mike Evans in an instant. The Rams have flipped their secondary on its head before free agency even started, and the Seahawks won the Super Bowl. And you're out here leaking it to the media that you plan on starting Jacoby Brissett on day one of free agency. That is, I've been following this franchise my entire life. Today was one of the most embarrassing days ever for this franchise to leak that out. It's like, we're trying to get people excited. You're trying to get people excited, and you don't say anything. Even if that's your plan, shut your mouths. Don't do anything. And they're like, this is our plan. And people are like, how could that be the plan? It's March 9th.
Right. What have you been doing the last couple months? You wasn't winning football games down the stretch. It wasn't, setting up the roster to figure out, what the next step is no, you got to find a way forward, and you've got to have the quarterback. But if you're moving off Kyler Murray, you got to find some sort of solution or some sort of option that gives you a chance, where it's like you got 2 backup quarterbacks, and realistically, week in and week out, you're not going to be favored in those games.
No.
Yeah.
No, you're
him. I can't believe Garoppolo was almost fine. This disappointing doesn't even do it justice.
No.
But you want to give this team at these different checkpoints during the season, the off season, to get it right. And man, very rarely, if not just a few times in the last 12 months, have they gotten it right.
I mean, today I was legitimately stunned in disbelief watching those tweets go out. Like the Dolphins one came out, and it's like, okay, that's bad. What's your plan now?
Right.
Is it Bagent? Is it Cousins? Is it Carr? Is it Rodgers? I'm like, surely it's not Garoppolo.
Right.
Then they strike out on Garoppolo. You and I are on the phone, and you bring up Minshew, and I think you're kidding on the phone. And then I see that they kept doubling down on their mistakes. They miss on Malik. They miss on Jimmy. They signed Gardner Minshew, and then they make an announcement that they're going with Jacoby Brissett as their quarterback this year. They're going to go into this season in the team store, and they're going to have Minshew Brissett jerseys available after pushing out their franchise quarterback of the last 7 years. I'm going to tell the Cardinals something that they probably need to hear. Like, there are people who like Kyler Murray. There are people who rooted for Kyler Murray. It wasn't just like a snark Twitter, a section that wanted him gone.
Mm-hmm.
There were people who wanted him to stay and succeed.
Right.
So you doing this is not just a win because you cut Kyler Murray. First of all, you got nothing for him, even though you put him in bubble wrap at the end of last year and cost yourself likely wins, and you sided with Drew Petzing, who you then fired. But then you're going into this offseason, and it's like, we're at Super Bowl and Combine, and they're like, they can't trade him. So you have to cut him, and the optics of him going to Minnesota for $1 million and winning infinitely more games than you, and you're going to have to eat that all year.
Yeah.
But it's okay because Kyler Murray's not here anymore. That, I'm going to tell you right now, that shelf life is gone. Nobody's going to remember that now. Everybody's going to remember how you botched this day.
Completely botched it. I mean, worse than anybody. Like, you couldn't try to botch this harder.
100%. Like, had you just done nothing and said nothing, it would have been better. If we got into this show and you had not signed Minshew and you hadn't announced anything, and it was just like, take a breath, we'll see. We led with the guard that they signed, but you made it as bad as possible.
And like, even I know, you didn't want to entertain it, or nobody was going to entertain it. But when you think about the Kyler and how that relationship dissolved, and there is irreconcilable differences, all parties, right? When you look at how today went down, said, find a way, find a way to repair it, because if this is option B, then you better swallow whatever pride you have or whatever plan you feel like you need to execute, or whatever money is going to be.
And Monty, get in a room and just say, we got to do what's best.
Right.
Hey, Mike, get Kyler on the phone. What's he going to do? He's under contract.
Beg and plead, right? Yeah.
It's either beg and plead to Kyler or beg and plead to your fan base, and you're choosing the latter. I mean, Monti Ossenfort had the falling out with Kyler Murray, and we're all paying for it now. Oh, man, are we paying for it? We're back around the break. It's PHNX. About ready to sue this team for everything they've done to me today. The husband and wife law team is here. Mark and Alexis Breyer are the husband and wife law team. They're Phoenix home where they've raised 8 children. They're focused on always giving the customers what they want. Unlike the Cardinals, they're giving back to this community. And let's face it, after a serious injury, you want to hire an attorney that's focused on your best outcome, not how much money the firm makes. That's the husband and wife law team. Again, they're certified specialists by the State Bar of Arizona. You can access your attorney at all times. Never play phone tag to speak with your attorney. You have a paralegal, schedule time one-on-one with your lawyer, and you can call for all the support you need. And they actually go to trial. The practice is 100% dedicated to injury and wrongful death, experience and specialize, and are equipped with the expertise to handle every aspect of your case. If you had a serious injury, call the husband and wife law team first at 602-783-8841. That's 602-783-8841. Visit the website, link in the show notes. Tell them Johnny and Bo sent you.
Now that the 2026 football season is irrelevant, why not take on that project that you've been putting off? Yeah, next fall, perfect time to hit up the friends over at the Window Depot. Any kind of renovation, kitchen, bathroom, full remodel, it's your one-stop shop. Is that too much? Am I piling on too much? Probably. Look, They've been serving Arizona since 2002. We joke, but the Window Depot's no joke. They started in windows. They're way more than just a window store. We're talking windows, doors, skylights, cabinets, countertops, sinks, you name it. Tons of inventory in stock, ready to pick up. And if you need something custom, they got you covered there too. Contractors love them for their job site ready quantities, great pricing, and expert service. Well, no memberships required. While homeowners, DIYers, they like DIYers. They love because the in-house designers are free and helping you bring your vision to life. It's unbelievable. Call thewindowdepot.com, thewindowdepot.com to get started on your next project today.
Hit that like if only for Bo and I and Noah.
Got 80 plus super chats, by the way.
We'll be live as long as you guys want us to be live. I mean, like I think here on March 9th, I have never been more confident they're going to leave the draft with Ty Simpson. They're going to draft Ty Simpson at some point in this draft. I don't think it's a guarantee they pick at 3, take whatever they can get, move down, and make their first pick Ty Simpson. This just feels like desperate. You know what it feels like? It feels like 2018.
Yeah.
It feels like the Bradford move, $20 million, the blowback, knowing that you balked it going up for Mahomes the year before, and Watson. And so now this year you have to make a play. I mean, like I'm not turning my nose at like the idea that they could take Ty Simpson 3rd overall after today. I don't think that that's out of the realm of possibility. I'm being dead serious. I think that is absolutely in play for this team.
And that's the risk you run of running it back with a general manager, and you talk about having to operate with a sense of urgency and swinging and missing and continue to take, your at bats at the plate and come up empty.
Yeah.
You hope he doesn't get forced into that corner, because there's some prospects that are worth it to take that type of swing. This ain't one of them. You don't do that. Those are the type of moves that leave ramifications onto the organization beyond that GM's tenure, which looks like it's going to run out come Black Monday in January of 2027. And Guff, I think Johnny was being a little hyperbolic as far as that at 3, but if you're giving up any 27 capital, if you're doing anything to get into the Ty Simpson business outside of if he's there at the board at 34 and just turning in the card, and even then, I think that's probably too much. I mean, at this point, like you've messed up the quarterback so monumentally that you have to just wear it for the rest of the season and then figure it out in 2027. Because throwing anything like as far as draft capital and future assets at it, like that's going to be detrimental to future success.
Answer this question.
Now, in the short term, or at least this season, the chances of that are almost done.
Do you believe they want to tank this year?
The sad thing is no.
I agree with you. I think they think that these are winning moves. This is not them tanking. This is them being naive and not smart enough to compete. That's what this is. And having a general manager who's got a Rolodex of contacts that can't make headway when push comes to shove. Opening day of free agency, and you can't get anybody. I mean, like the guard they signed from Pittsburgh. I like him for a year. He turns 33 in October. They gave him $30 million. Kendrick Bourne is 32 years old. They're re-signing Roy Lopez and LJ Collier. Why? For Nick's comfort level.
Is it the 24 off season again?
Going backward. Sorry, Roy, we screwed up last year. We gave Dalvin Tomlinson a big deal. Come back, Roy. Like I don't mind those moves on the surface. Like those are the kind of moves that we said, go do, because you're going to spend it on the offense. What did they spend on the offense?
Do we have a list of the signings today? Let's get into these.
Viewer discretion is advised here. You got young children in the room, Bo. Go ahead.
You got the contract haircuts that Sean Murphy Bunting and James Conner took in order to afford Tyler Allgeier. Tyler Allgeier was your first reported signing. Gardner Minshew.
Huge.
What do you got, bud?
No, I was just saying huge move to open the day. It's like you restructure James Conner, and then they're like, let's get a younger James Conner who's less effective. Like, I like him fine, but like, don't you have James to do what Tyler Allgeier does? Like, they're like the same player.
Right. LJ Collier, as you said, came back, 1-year deal.
We called that one. We knew that was coming.
Isaac Seumalo. He was so far he's the best signing they have so far. A couple-time Pro Bowler. He's going to play left guard for you. I think he's got. So now you got 4 of your 5 offensive line positions figured out for the Cardinals. As you mentioned, Roy Lopez, Rolo coming back, started at Mesquite High School, played for this team for 2 seasons, had a 1-year stint in Detroit. Now he's back, and then Kendrick Bourne, probably going to take Greg Dortch's spot on this roster.
Bourne doesn't bother me. He was with Mike LaFleur in San Francisco. Mike coached him. He was the passing game coordinator and Bourne's coach. Again, doesn't bother me. Like, none of these moves outside of what they're doing at quarterback bother me. Like, if they had signed Malik Willis and these were all the other moves, I would say no problem. Because they don't matter when you're starting backup quarterbacks. Like, the people on the internet and the people in this market that think Jacoby Brissett with a fortified line and a run game is going to be competent for you and going to win you games. What are you talking about?
Mm-hmm.
We've got sample size. He's old. He's been in the league forever.
I don't even feel like the mistakes are down the stretch in those close games. Like
skipping balls.
Yeah, that he misfired because he didn't have the protection. Now, I mean, obviously throughout the game, this was a guy that had to stand in the face of pressure quite a bit, paid for it, take that away. But as far as when you look at the advanced metrics, as far as catchable balls, like he wasn't that good as far as that goes. Like, he gave his guys chances downfield, no doubt about it. And you were looking for that. You wanted to scratch that itch, but like, I think he was right there as far as catchable balls. Like, there was a distant bottom of the league, and it was JJ McCarthy. But then there was like a tier up there that wasn't great either. I think that's what you're looking at. I mean, there's a difference.
Like, what's the best case for Jacoby Brissett this year?
7 and 10. I don't even know can you get there. Pretty tough schedule. I mean, you probably got 6 L's in the division alone.
I mean, like, if I'm Michael Bidwill and I see the fan outrage today, I go to Monty and I'm telling Monty, you're lucky to have a job. We're taking Jeremiah Love 3rd overall. I don't care what we've done in free agency. I don't care what you think. I'm not going to have a stadium with any fans in it this fall. I mean, like, we joked about like marketability and viability. I mean, I took it seriously. Bo kind of laughed at it because he assumed that this wasn't going to be the plan of quarterback.
Right.
Like, now it's just like, what are you doing? The face of your franchise is a tight end, and you've got a 33-year-old Jacoby Brissett to count on now. And I know, like, he caught a bunch of touchdowns last year. I'm not saying Jacoby Brissett can't function. There's a difference. Like, Jacoby Brissett being asked to start 17 games next year.
Right.
Does anybody think the schedule is going to be easier? Like, you get Malik Willis and Malik's playing and he gets hurt or it doesn't work out, and you go to Jacoby Brissett for the last quarter of the season, that's one thing. And then we all get to 2027. You start pushing a Jacoby Brissett Minshew narrative in March of 2026, and you've got people talking about 2027 quarterback class. brother, Monty, you're not seeing that class.
Mm-mm.
Monti Ossenfort is going to have max, in my opinion, 20 wins in 4 years. He's going to average 5 wins a season. Michael Bidwill, I'm sure, is being told by Monty, we can win games with Jacoby Brissett. This is a coup for us because he's under contract and he's not expensive. And see, the Jets want him, so we're going to fortify our roster in other ways. Yeah, I mean, like, look back at the games they lost. Look back at the games where the defense actually played okay. I mean, that Buccaneers game, when the Buccaneers defense couldn't stop me and Bo, and their offense scored 20 points, Jacoby Brissett and Drew Petzing, and they were awful that day. They're so bad.
Man, oh man. Thought we were going to have at least something to be excited about by the time we went live at 4:30, but it's just been a big old crap sandwich.
Once they put out that statement about the Cardinals leaked it out that Jacoby was their starter.
Right.
Once they did that, it was like nothing else you do. People are going to be like, yeah, that's great, but wait a minute, what's the plan at quarterback?
Yeah, it falls on deaf ears. It's like, especially when you look at Monty and how he emphasizes premium positions, but he hasn't emphasized the most premium position in all sports.
That's a good point.
You can have a tackle, you can have an edge rusher, you can get a corner. He's done that. He's done all that, right?
Congrats.
Paris, 6th overall. Gave a $76 million contract to Josh Sweat. Finally got that right. Got Will Johnson in the draft. Got a ton of cornerbacks on this.
He's going to lose his Kyler Murray divorce, at least for a season.
Yeah.
I mean, minus like Murray melting down or getting hurt or something. Like Kevin O'Connell won 9 games last year with nobody at QB.
Right.
Yeah. Donnie, I'm with you.
Oh, Gardner Minshew, you guys are upset about that signing? Well, don't worry. He's the backup. Jacoby's going to be QB1. Huh?
I can't believe a professional franchise is operating this way. I can't believe Monti Ossenfort in his one gig as general. He'll never be a GM again. When he gets fired from the Cardinals, this will be it. I can't believe I'm Monti Ossenfort. I get one shot at this. You respect Steve Keim and went down swinging with some huge, horrific mistakes, but he tried. It doesn't even feel like Monty is trying. That's the hardest thing for Cardinals.
You're not saying, hey, you're fighting for your job and you're showing me.
It's like I'm taking a swing at Tyson Bagent. I really liked him coming out, and we think he's a diamond in the rough. Or I'm going to get Aaron Rodgers to come here with Nathaniel Hackett. They went to the playoffs last year in Pittsburgh. I'm gonna steal Aaron Rodgers. Like I'm gonna get Derek Carr, who made a bunch of Pro Bowls that people like. He could lead a franchise. Like maybe we could have another Kurt Warner scenario. You're literally bending down and telling your franchise, "Hey, everybody, just be cool with Jacoby for a year. Could you do that for us?" It's like you got no cachet to do that, my guy. No. You got 1 year like that in 2023 where we sat up here every day and we're like, patience. Give him patience. Build it the right way. Resource after resource. Offseason after offseason.
Did 6 to 7 draft picks, over $100 million invested in the defense. The defense was bad.
Yeah.
All these resources invested into playmaking, and you choose to keep the same offensive coordinator employed that gave you pedestrian results. And then this is where you sit.
What are the odds that they add another quarterback before the draft?
I mean, that's the only thing that gives me hope. Like, this can't be the quarterback room.
What if this is odds that this is a smoke screen?
For what?
That they're going to trade Jacoby to the Jets, and that they're going to sign another quarterback, or they're going to trade for another quarterback. Odds that happens.
The fact that they're telling like Pelissaro that Jacoby's QB1, I don't think that does.
Because we all thought when they signed Minshew, we're like, well, surely Jacoby's gone now. They make the same amount of money. they serve the same role because they're backups. It's like, what do you say? Because you got 2 backups, you got 0 starters just because you have 2 back. Yeah, like I thought there was a slight chance when they did that. Okay, they're going to move Jacoby. And then they did like the literal opposite.
They have a conviction in Brissett that isn't held by most people, including the fan base.
Monti Ossenfort famously got the job and then was talked into Colt McCoy and saw Colt in the locker room and Gannon was there. And it was like, yeah, we can roll with this guy until Kyler's healthy. And they got to training camp and he couldn't throw a football. And they had to panic move and trade for Joshua Dobbs. Like his track record is as bad as any executive in the NFL. This is as bad of a 4-year stretch addressing quarterback as we've seen. And that's like the Mike Tannenbaums of the world and Rex Ryan. We've seen a lot of bad personnel decision makers.
Remember the guy for the Lions that just couldn't stop from drafting wide receivers? What was his name? Matt?
Yeah, I know who you are. I know who you're talking about.
Was it Matt Millen?
Yes, Matt Millen.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's just like, Carlos Rodgers, come on down. Charles Rodgers and Mike Williams. And it's like, oh, we'll get it right. I'm just going to keep shooting my shot. Look, can Monti Ossenfort and the Arizona Cardinals, can they salvage free agency with a lot of cap left? We're going to discuss that. Plus all of your super chats. It's your time to sound off on this brutal, disastrous start to the tampering period. It's all next. PHNX Cardinals.
Gila River Resorts and Casinos at Wild Horse Pass is the place to be. You can go to the premier sportsbook casino to place the under on Cardinal total wins this year. We'll get to that later. But how about the Vegas residency in the meantime? Gila is introducing Vegas vibes in Phoenix. From now through April, the Vegas residency at Gila River Resorts and Casinos brings the energy, attitude, and the excitement of Las Vegas straight to you. Enjoy exclusive concerts, extended DJ sets, showgirls, chef-driven dining, pop-up bars, and surprise cameos. Plus, don't miss the fabulous Corvette giveaway, which is going on right now through April 24th. One of their 4 locations, including Lone Butte, Santan Mountain, and Wild Horse Pass. Qualify every Friday, 6 to 8 p.m., and every Thursday, 2 to 5 p.m. for that hot seat qualifier. Again, don't miss your chance to accelerate into luxury. Don't miss your chance to hang out with us at the draft party. The draft has never been more important with this franchise after this dumpster of a free agency. We bring the Vegas only at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details.
Most teams need a quarterback. Everyone needs a checking account. Mountain America Credit Union is the checking account that actually gives something back to you. Go do your banking at Mountain America Credit Union because they've got their My Style checking for your lifestyle. Check them out right now, macu.com/mystyle to apply. You can get things like restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, even loan rate discounts, plus offers on travel and events. It's a one account with a bunch of perks baked in. Yeah, and the benefits that are built in, they actually fit real life. Instead of your checking account just sitting there, make it work for you. Make My Style your lifestyle with Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Memberships required. Some benefits require activation, and Mountain America is insured by NCUA. As I said, check them out right now and sign up. macu.com/mystyle to apply.
Hit that like button. Do us a favor. Subscribe to PHNX Sports. Okay. Cardinals. How much money do they have left? $20?
I mean, if we look again at what they spent today, it's not exactly not breaking the bank. Was the biggest deal they signed was $31 million, right?
They gave $31 million to Minshew under the table. They gave Kendrick Bourne, who has an AARP card, $25 million guaranteed. No, I mean, like all these deals are worth up to a certain amount. So they're not like that expensive. This bro right here, what's this guy? Isaac Samalo.
Yeah, close enough for you.
$3 million, 3-year. Sorry, guys. I'm going through it. $31.5 million. This is the most.
Have we seen what the guarantees are on that deal? Have we seen that yet?
Jacoby Brissett should have to pay for those guarantees. No, I'm just kidding.
Sayamalo, by the way.
Sayamalo.
Yeah.
I'll get it.
No, you won't.
I mean, yeah, like I'll tell you what, the Roy Lopez move, 2 years, $15 million, $7 million guaranteed. That's a good amount of money for Roy Lopez.
I mean, he's making probably 5.5 this season, 6. That's
But
not.
I just mean the guarantees. But
Yeah.
And then LJ Collier, 1-year deal, probably making no money.
Chump change. I think it was like 2, maybe 3.
My guess is they probably, of the $60+ million that they had, remember they can still cut Evan Brown and some other people. They probably spent what, 10 million? 10 million?
I mean, Saymanalo, he's going to be 10.5 a season.
That's fine. Get him a wheelchair. He's 32.
Ageism.
I would like that move more if I felt confident of the person snapping the ball behind them. But there was a part of me.
So what's your favorite contract from today?
I mean, like, if they had, like, I like Kendrick Bourne if they had a different quarterback, because 32, Marv is young, Mike is young, Trey obviously is established. I would probably say Kendrick Bourne. I mean, that's knows Mike's system. He's young. He plays special teams. He's making no money. Probably Kendrick Bourne.
Can they salvage this in any way?
They would have to trade Jacoby Brissett and add another quarterback. They would have to, because the Jets haven't added a QB yet. Yeah, I don't. I mean, like, how do you think they salvage it? Like, we had heard yesterday, maybe there was a rumbling they were going to trade for an edge rusher. Even that, and the moves that we kind of speculated on, I don't know, man. I think they're going to.
No, I don't. The answer is no. If you got a lame duck year at quarterback, nobody's going to give you a chance in this league. It's quarterback league. If you were to set the rest of the roster up with the infrastructure for your quarterback away, then it's salvageable in 2027. But Ossenfort's not going to be here to see it.
No, Monty's getting fired next January.
If Kyler Murray goes off, it could be earlier before that.
Yeah, Monty could be fired by Halloween.
If you go out there and you get the tackle position locked in and your offensive line is in place, then yeah, salvageable. Not now, but in 2027.
I mean, the wreckage that's being left behind. It's like, I hope it was worth it to save all this money. Like, you had to have all these draft picks. I've liked a lot of them. Like, but when you miss on picks, you have to overcompensate in free agency, or you have to be aggressive. Like, he hasn't made one trade of note since he became GM. Like, how many teams do you think have done that in 4 years? This will be his 4th offseason. I'm just going to assume he doesn't make a trade. How many teams have not made a trade for a starter in 4 years? I mean, they gotta be, or like traded somebody for like a first, like the Jets did for Quinnen Williams. Like, he got here, he cut DeAndre Hopkins, and he let Byron Murphy and Zach Allen leave.
Right.
And then he proceeded to go on basically a 2-to-1 bust versus hit ratio in free agency. And then last year, got lucky with Josh Sweat. Most of the other free agents weren't great. And then this year, like, the differentiator between him and Miami, and we talked about this like morons for months, was like, he's got the sense of urgency. He's got the pressure on him. Matthew Berry said it. It's like, Monty's got 15 wins. He can't be screwing around.
Right.
You would never, they're using a rotary phone over there in Tempe. You would never know that there's pressure on them to win this year. And you brought it up time and time again. If Michael Bidwill is telling Monti Ossenfort he's safe, then he is not very smart.
No, wait till December. 100+ super chats. No, are you going to kick us off with our Minshew Emergency Podcast super chats? I apologize to everybody for not being able to get to them during that show. To make way for PHNX Suns and Wildcats. We just didn't have any studio space. We appreciate people being patient.
Starting off with Desert Vulture, $5. Let's sign Jimmy G as well. Pain and suffering upcoming.
That's true. Jimmy hasn't signed yet. Maybe they could just bring him in too.
That's because the Rams understand his market. Like nobody's blowing up Jimmy G to bring him somewhere.
Das Libra, $1.99. I can't with this ownership anymore.
So like a horrifying day for Cardinal fans.
Miles Johnson, $5. Might as well trade MHJ, Buddha, and Melton and do a true tankathon.
Man.
And I'm going to read a quote here that just was tweeted out by somebody in the media. Okay. And I don't like to come on here and smear other people, but like that, just you guys be the judge of what you choose to consume in this market. I would have been on board with signing Malik Willis in free agency, despite the small sample size and the question marks. But with him signing in Miami, keeping Jacoby Brissett as the starter makes the most sense. The free agent class was garbage. Cousins, Garoppolo, Geno Smith, Russell Wilson. You're leaving some people out there. Mm-hmm. And the draft class is not good. Best to keep Jacoby as the starter and aim for the 2027 draft to find a future QB. We have to watch these games and consume them, and you are averaging 5 wins a season for the last 4 years, 4 wins a season. Mm-hmm. To just tell people that this is the best option when literally every other team is trying. I'm sorry. That if we ever get to the point where we're very fortunate to have a lot of pull in this market, we do fine. Mm-hmm. And I'm ever doing that and telling people, take your medicine from a 9-game losing streak, just get rid of me. Fire me. Pull the plug on me.
Well, it's disingenuous. It's not coming from the standpoint or seeing it from the standpoint of the fan.
Right. That tells me you have an investment not in the Cardinals, but in your relationship with the Cardinals.
Right. And you guys just take your medicine now, and maybe it might be better than, in the next offseason, but this is the right play. The guy that won 1 game in 12 starts, that's the play.
Man, and just be careful what you consume out there. Sorry to interrupt.
Indigenous Daddy, $2. Basically a rinse and repeat of 2023.
Shouldn't get 2 of these if you're Monti Ossenfort.
Right.
Loso, $2. Arch Manning, here we come.
He won't play. I guarantee you won't play for this franchise. If they bottom out next year and have the number 1 pick, I could see him going back. If it's like the Cardinals and the Jets, I could see him going back to school.
The little bro, JV is floating away on the Hawaiian Ocean.
I need the Hawaiian Ocean today.
You got 1,400 people. Johnny, he called the Pacific Ocean the Hawaiian Ocean.
That's what us locals call it. I've been to Hawaii twice. I can call it that.
Nope. Alex, $4.99. Every time I think things can't get worse for this team, Monty should have left with JG. Bidwill is a disgrace.
Are you willing to say that they made a mistake not firing Monty?
Well, now. You thought that there was going to be a guy that realized his days were numbered unless he took a different approach, and he continued the same path that has led to 15 wins in 3 years. And he's not showing any signs of fight to want to keep his job.
Spencer Vance with the proactive $1.99 super chat says, I can get Monty a U-Haul. It's time for him to go.
Not good enough. He's just he's been a bad general manager. We've got it now. Been a bad GM. No one feels sorry for you that the quarterbacks didn't come out this year. I feel sorry for me, and let's tank this season. It's like, no, man. People pay big money to come watch this team and consume this team and buy its merch and travel. And it's just like, How much? Oh my God! Can you imagine how much they're going to milk Larry Fitzgerald's Hall of Fame inductment now? And
Today, during the chaos, they announced the official hiring of Terrell Austin, and
Poor
like they had a picture of him, Adrian Wilson, A-Dub in it. It's like, hey, we're bringing back Terrell Austin.
Remember
Like, we
this?
also just signed Tyler Allgeier as your marquee free agent addition.
JX6, $5. This genuinely might be the worst organization in all of sports. Couldn't pull their own hand out of their ass if they needed to. Really hard to be a fan.
They're with the Jets right now. At least the Cleveland Browns owner spends money.
Yeah, the company you're keeping right now. It's like you had higher aspirations for this team when they did the full reset in 2023. You thought they were going to get things back on the right track. It's just you just reshuffled the furniture on the deck of the Titanic.
Alphonse, $4.99. Uneffing believable. Done with this clown show. Sorry, guys. I'm out. Love your show.
Appreciate it. Saw a lot of that today.
Yeah.
So a lot of like some guy messaged me. He's just like, I'm close. I think I'm gonna follow the Raiders. Like I can make some trips to the Raiders. I'm gonna see what they're all about. You know, they're out here trying.
Yeah,
like
they got Lindenbaum. You got Mendoza.
Monti Ossenfort doesn't feel like he's trying to win.
You have to get, like, you can be a football guy. Bill Belichick was a football guy, but you have to also understand the entertainment side of this thing. And you got to get some sort of, player cachet. And they're missing that.
No, they're toast.
Connor, $2. Monti Ossenfort.
Okay.
Citrus, $4.99. Monty with one of the weakest attempts to save his jobs I've ever seen. Complete loser.
I'm looking at the Cardinals social media account right now. They posted about Collier and Chad Riley and Blake Gillikin. Some of the most obscene replies you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah.
I mean, they may want to go dark again like they did during the coaching search.
That admin position, man, they don't pay enough.
Pray for them.
Buwanaki, $5. Fast forward next year, Cards get the #1 pick. What's to stop the Mannings from preventing him coming here? Any QB from that draft, for that matter?
Well, I mean, like Lenore Sellers and Dante Moore and Sam Levitt, and I mean, like other options, first rounders. They'll get a first round quarterback, but anybody thinking they're going to get a Manning to come play for this franchise, that's gone. That ship has sailed.
The one key that they could to open that door would be Marvin Harrison Jr. and the idea of Harrison and Manning. Huh?
His family hates this franchise right now.
Yeah, I know. And they're going to hate him even more if they have another bad season.
Right. Yeah, I'm sure there's like people in there that are thinking like, oh, if we get Arch Manning, it'd be like Manning and Harrison. It's like, bro, Marvin Harrison Sr. hates you guys. He'll call up Arch's family and be like, well, I'm trying to get my son up out of here.
Yeah.
Don't come here.
T. Cleary, $9.99. Gentlemen, we are now in a cycle of incompetence, the likes of which have not been seen. Still hoping for the best, but I'm at a loss. SMH.
This is Bidwell's worst run since he became owner of the team.
Yeah.
The little bro, $9.99. Just filled out my request to cancel. Many years of in-person memories. Sad.
That is sad. That ultimately is the worst part. Like it's the last thing you can really kind of do as a fan is try to make it hurt and make a point is pull away your investments in this team as far as where you spend money.
I mean, Bidwill will see it. It'll be sad. It'll be on display every week, and Monty will be gone like that. He'll be the fall guy, and poor Mike LaFleur is going to be out there having an answer for it, and that'll be a joke.
Staggered vicious circle. It's like,
yeah,
GM's here. There's the head coach that wasn't hired by the GM.
Desert Vulture, $5. We will shortly see if Mike LaFleur is an offensive guru because he has an inevitable task, especially against NFC West defensive.
The floor, man. I mean, he comes in, you're probably early on the floor. So you got to set him up a lot to be successful year one. I mean, he's coming from not calling plays for the last 3 seasons. Like, this idea is like, oh, just let LaFleur get his hands on him. Let's see what he can do with this offense. No, you got to set him up a little bit more than that.
I think.
Is back.
Go ahead.
Alex is back, $1.99. So much for a quick turnaround.
Yep.
But you're signing 33-year-old guards.
That I'm fine with.
Daniel Apple, $10. I'm for real going to watch wherever K1 goes this year. I'll watch the Cards on the side, but I just can't care about this team. Feel bad for Trey, Mike, Buddha, and Paris.
Yeah, it's sad. This is Buddha's last year. It's going to be rough. You draft Jeremiah Love.
Last one from the previous show comes from Isaac, $5. Can't wait for the empty seats again this year. Poverty franchise makes more poverty moves.
And then they're going to be like, Cardinal fans don't exist, or they don't. It's just like, God, it's just like people will come support you if you're competent.
How many people would have bought season tickets to see like the Malik Willis experiment at the very least?
A good amount, I would say like 70-30 as opposed to like 10-90 now.
Right.
Like that alone should be worth the investment, guys. Don't sit here and tell me Jacoby Brissett gives you a better chance to win than Malik Willis.
Keeping it going with our super chats from this pod. How about Jeffrey just became a PHNX Sports supporter and YouTube member? Join Jeffrey. Get access to so many perks. How about membership-only videos, all these emojis? That's right. It's the Supporters Club for the real ones. 6 months and climbing. Thank you, Jeffrey. Let's get into these super chats. Start to throw them up here. How about we've got Critical Thinker. Could they still get Cousins or other as starter?
Technically, yeah.
Imagine like that's then you have like 3 guys. You'd have Minshew, Brissett, and Cousins. I just don't think that that's happening. I don't think Cousins puts himself in that situation.
No. Mike Garofolo was right. Came on our show and he said Jacoby Brissett, and we didn't listen because we thought he was playing it safe, being
put my
political.
Fingers in my ears.
It's like, Mike, what? How were you right on that?
Look at this $50 super chat. My goodness. Oh, we'll go Joe first. Crazy that in terms of offensive starters, they are running it back for the 2nd year in a row with a new guard and wide receiver 3. Anyone give a shit? Why should anybody give a shit?
They're going to say because they got a new play caller. And I do think they'll have better route concepts and stuff. And O-line's going to be better, but the quarterback is going to hold them back from winning games. Kyler Murray, say what you want about him, won games.
Mm-hmm.
Not enough for the price tag you paid him, but he won games. And then he had a falling out with the offensive coordinator and the general manager, and they didn't tailor the offense to him. And you can argue that he fell apart physically. But would they go 3-5 with him down the stretch in 2023? Then they went 8-9. Then last year he was 2-3 when he exited the lineup. They can't function as a franchise outside of Kyler Murray starting games for them. They have 2 wins in 3 years with backups.
How about this? $50. Dune Buggy. Thank you. Johnny, don't hold back how cooked we are.
I mean,
you got anything else left? I feel like you left it out on the field today.
Appreciate that. No, I mean, sad for Cardinal fans, Dune. I appreciate the support and the super chats. And listen, I frankly, I'm a little bit shocked how many people on Twitter, and it's not a ton of people, but they do exist, who are like pro this move. I want to watch good football. I want to watch competent football this year. I'm never going to be Mr. let's lose games on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's loser mentality.
Yeah. I think there's a path forward. And if you're not looking for one, you probably shouldn't be in your position. Like as far as constructing a roster, being a coach, like you should be looking like to find a way to get your team in a better spot than it was when the season ended. Don't feel that way. Keeping it going. Jackson Burgess, y'all should have jumped on Kirk Cousins train. We are taking Ty Simpson at 3.
I would have taken Kirk over either of these quarterbacks, and I'm telling you right now, Jackson, I don't think that's you're going to see, because of how bad this is, you will see mocks with him at 3. 100%. 100%.
LeBron, $20. LeBron always for a good take. So we see what every other team has signed, and we decide to get Allgeier, which is not juice, and Minshew, which is like pulp. Yeah, Bidwill can fall over like his father. Pathetic excuse of a human owner.
Sad.
We
root for people. We root for Michael Bidwill. We root for Monti Ossenfort.
Yeah.
But you got to perform.
Right. JB to break the single season passing record, 1-16.
It's not his fault, guys. It's not. They're like, can you believe what Jacoby Brissett did on the stat sheet? And it's like, well, they were losing by 20 in the fourth quarter, but he's really efficient. Look at his completion percent. Remember that one game he had like how many completions? Like 48?
47.
Oh my God. Unbelievable.
Remember that? We had Kurt Warner on the show, and he's like, yeah, I saw the box score. And I was like, yeah, the Cardinals must have been really like competitive, won that game outright. And I saw they were blown out. Yes. How about Tank for Manning? Are we officially holding the line for Tank the Manning? Need JV on board.
Nope. It's March 9th. We got to get through this draft. I root for these players on this roster. I don't check back in during the season.
Hey Zeus, bro, what the hell are we doing, man? Signing 30-plus-year-old players? This is not a good look, and it makes us the laughing stock of not only our division, but the league as well.
Yeah, everybody's laughing at them today. But like, I saw a blur. It was like winners of free agency, and had a bunch of teams, and it said losers, anybody who signed with the Cardinals.
Yeah, that was, I think, Sleeper on Twitter.
I mean, the consensus is that the Cardinals are a joke after today, which is too bad. They had
Jeremy. Yeah.
You sign Malik Willis, like you get a day of good press.
Yeah. Jeremy. Hey, Kyler. Minshew's here. We're all good.
We're all good, Kyler.
Yeah. Here's a winter coat for Minnesota. We're good here in the desert. The Gardner man is coming. Brian P. No one should spend $1 on this franchise. Hashtag bankrupt Bidwill.
It will be probably, I predict, the lowest attendance had in the history of that stadium this year, which is really sad. I don't root for that, by the way. I'm not marketing for that. I'm just like, we saw what the games look like at the end of last year. Sad. And it's sad. These players that are going to come, like if you draft Jeremiah, because it won't be empty if you draft Jeremiah Love. That's a bad example. If you draft Francis Maui-Noah, premier college football program, University of Miami, stadium packed, premier athletic facility, and he's going to get drafted by this franchise and be like, what the fresh hell is this?
Mm-hmm. Love the support from Libertarian Sasquatch, friend of the show. I watch the show every day. The two of you push this narrative every day for weeks. That Mike and Matt and Monty know most about Malik. Clearly, they didn't think he was worth it. So why should we be mad? Seems hypocritical.
They liked him. They wanted to sign him. And then they didn't want to go a third year.
You balked at the asking price.
Monty's got 6 months left on the job. I wouldn't be worried about a third year to Malik Willis.
I just don't understand the idea of being like 1 foot in on Malik Willis.
Yeah.
You've got one team to beat. You know what the ballpark's going to be. He signed below what people anticipated, and you balk at the price. It's like they like him, but they like him to an extent. They got the blessing from Matt, but then only at this number.
It's the quarterback position. You don't screw around there. You want to draw a line in the sand with a guard. That's one thing.
But also it's the response, Libertarian. The response was Gardner Minshew and running back with Jacoby Brissett.
And Jimmy G also being in the mix, which
you weren't going to accept that either. So I don't know.
The announcement of Jacoby Brissett as the starter today was like a panic move. They're so bad at this. Why are they so bad at this? Keep it going.
Let's see. EB rules 50 Cent. New hashtags for Arizona fans. Hashtag Arch that shit. Moving on, Steven Jackson has been a PHNX supporter for 6 months. Monti clearly isn't cut out for this. Should just go back to being a scout. We've joked about missing Kime, but it's clear he's a superior GM.
He is not even. It's not Steven. It's not even close. I mean, Kime got Honey Badger in the draft. David Johnson. I mean, the bar was so low because of how Kime flamed out. Monti legitimately he has shown up here, cut a bunch of salary, and then just has, I hate to use the term like done the bare minimum, but he had all these draft picks and very few have developed. And then his free agency tenure has been the worst in the history of this franchise.
How about this from Junderhill? MHJ Sr. might get Marv out of AZ. Don't doubt it.
I would trade him now.
Panda with wings.
Not going to be able to take advantage. I would move him now, try to get a first.
32-year-old guard signed, raise my spirits a bit at least. I'm praying for Aller or Simpson now. I can't tolerate I can't do the torture for 17 weeks of Jacoby.
I think there's a pretty good chance one of those guys is on the roster. But, I mean, we got to get to the draft and see how they function. But I think they'll do top 30 visits with a bunch of quarterbacks.
Keith Davis, everyone else better than Kime, who's better than Monti.
They don't have any quarterbacks under contract on their roster beyond this year.
Keeping it going here is this J Watt. I want to tell Michael Bidwill and Monti Ossenfort to take a dump in their hand. Jack Honcho, what's worse, this free agent class so far or 24?
This. You Kyler Murray.
Yeah. How about this from Antonio? Thank you. Keeping it going, our guy K. Mara, Phoenix. It took Marv Sr. 3 seasons to get Manning. What's he going to do? Force his way to the Jets or Browns?
We'll see. Let's see what kind of year Arch has. I like this comment, Brian. 5th round pick for Aller was too rich for AZ.
Derek Quimby. Monti's incompetency makes me miss Kime.
Today was a good day for 3 people. Kime, Kyler, Gannon.
GG. Yeah. Keith Davis, are we the worst franchise in pro sports now?
You're in the mix.
Bottom 3. Bottom 5.
They're the worst. They're the worst franchise in the NFC, and then they're the bottom 2 in the NFL right now.
Iron Will. If all signings go through, that's about $38 million spent this year, with about $17 million in draft salaries. We are left with $1 to $5 million cap, not counting K1 post-June designation happening. Signings stopped.
Well, some teams can manipulate the cap, and some teams use it as a crutch and are cash poor.
Where did all the money go?
Tyler Allgeier got to get paid, bro.
Desert Vulture, all caps. Bo and Johnny, the best GMs are planning for the future. Case in point, as of 3/9/26, the Cards have no QB under contract for 2027. Draft quarterback plug and play.
For who? For Monti? Who's on this team next year? This team could look dramatically different. You can't think about 2027 when you've won 15 games in 3 years. No, I won't accept that. And you shouldn't either.
Sean Scott, I believe Monti is trying to get himself fired. As much slander as we give Kime, he would never.
Monti looked stressed when we saw him at the combine. He's just not built for this. That's okay. We all, sometimes you get promoted at work. It's like that meme. It's like, oh, I suddenly became important at work. That's Monti.
And Jacoby.
Yeah.
How about Rick Torius? Only thing that can save 2026 with our Fisher-Price quarterback room before ends up being the second coming of Sean McVay. Even then, I'm not sure he could have a winning record with Minshew and Brissett.
Jeremiah Love is a start and then hit on a mid-round quarterback. That's the hope.
Das Libra.
The little
Monti
bro.
snagged his nose hairs on Jimmy G's 2 Super Bowl rings as he was begging for help.
I can't believe it. It got out that they struck out on Jimmy G. It hit a snag for Jimmy G. And then you got Connor Hughes putting out the Cardinals missed out on Malik. They're going to try to lure Jimmy G to Arizona. It's like, what in the fresh hell is this? You got the Niners signing Mike Evans, and the Cardinals are trying to lure Jimmy G.
Kyle Haley, love to hear from Kyle. Looks like we outbid 2 teams for Isaac. Why am I botching his name?
Malo.
Yeah, Samanalo.
That's what I said. Look, he took our money, probably because they offered him the most money. It's funny how that works.
Keeping it going. And people pushing back on Isaiah Adams, the idea that he's going to be the starting right guard. He played well down the stretch.
They don't have a choice.
You invested a 3rd-round pick on him. Bo Brock for president. Promise this isn't my burner. If the plan was to tank all along, why not fire Ossenfort in January? Total disgrace. He can't be trusted. He'll draft another bust like D-Rob.
They think they're winning. They think this is a winning plan.
Sand Viper. Mark my words. Ty Simpson, Nussmeier, Aller, and Klubnik will be starting by week 6 or 7.
100%, because Monti will be fired and Jacoby will have gone 1-5. 100%. Okay. Nussmeier or Aller or Ty Simpson, book it, will be on this team. One of those 3 guys. And then we're going to get gross in the summer because people are just going to be like, just start the rookie. One of those guys.
What's going to suck too is if you get pedestrian play, any signs of success from those guys, and you're just like, we have our quarterback, and we're going to sit out 2027 because we're gonna invest in Drew Aller, and then it's gonna be a nightmare.
Build around Nussmeier. Build me a prison.
Keeping it going. Oh man,
how 87 more super chats to go?
Is that really the number at the top there, Noah? Wow. Okay, Gus, sign Aaron Rodgers, trade Jacoby, draft Ty Simpson.
I was hoping they'd sign
better
Aaron
than the
Rodgers
current
today.
plan. Keep it going.
Yeah, go ahead.
Short stack goblin. I canceled my tickets. Malik wasn't going to make me reconsider, but a QB in 27 will.
But what if Malik was good? Then you would have gone to the games.
How about this member for a month? Tucson goat guy. JV, how are you going to feel when Monti gets an extension?
Monti's on a 5-year deal. This is the 4th year of his contract, right?
Yeah.
So he ain't getting an extension, bro. He's going to have 20 wins.
Jenga man. Monti Ossenfort made us deal with 3 years of petsing and proceeds to rat bang the relationship with K1 with zero plan. Bo, please ask him where he hides his pipe. Keeping it going. How about Tevin Robertson? We aren't tanking with the people we are signing.
We're signing 30-year-olds. It's like if they were tanking, like the Jets aren't spending any money today.
Yeah. What was the one comment from today? Like, you guys obviously haven't seen tanking for the next season before.
Oh, brother. I think they're putting together a hell of a 5-12 team.
Yeah.
Hey, you can't sign Malik Willis because then he's going to win 6 games, and then you're not going to get a top quarterback. But what the moves are suggesting now is we're going to win 5 games and also not do that.
Stop moving your head like that, please. Luis, this is a disgrace of an organization. We're the Jets of the NFC.
I'm not getting political. I'm just making an observation. I needed the Cardinals Pam Bondi graphic today. I needed that. The Cardinals are signing Pam Bondi.
Keeping it going
Here's
here.
a Jets one that went around. I need
MKLZ. Good old missionary Monty strikes again. Thank you, Espo. That's only the 3rd straight show. I've got to have that planted.
I heard him make that joke. That made me uncomfortable. I didn't like it.
Looking like another terrifyingly vanilla offseason. Can't wait. This isn't even vanilla. What's a bad flavor? Like vanilla is at least all steady and you can rely upon it. What's a horrible ice cream flavor that nobody likes?
Poop flavored ice cream.
Good off. Good.
Good one, Noah.
Like banana ice cream or something. Who knows? Johnny delivered me ice cream. It's like you had a premonition, like this was going to be.
What did I say? Somebody sent a super chat in earlier today that I was condescending about this. I sat in your home on Saturday and I said, I have a bad feeling about this.
Yeah.
It was like Han Solo and Star Wars. I got a bad feeling about this. And you look at me, you're like, I agree.
Dumb smile. Stuff my face with that Oreo blizzard. Jack Honcho, the sun just set in the valley once again.
Love you, JG.
The sun will rise, right? Wasn't that what JG told me? Sun will rise.
Miss you, JG. Only you can see us now. Help!
Keystone J-Way, how do they plan to look the rest of the team in the face and tell them they are tanking next season? Seriously, the team will revolt. Horrible GM.
I love the people. I saw a tweet before we went live and somebody was like, if you don't think that Michael Wilson and Trey McBride pounded the table for Jacoby Brissett to be QB1, you're wrong. They 100% did that. It's like, guys, what? No, they didn't.
They saw the other option.
Jimmy G hospital ball.
Harry, I'm beyond baffled. This is the solution to K1. Just keep him at this point. There's no way it's worse than Brisket and Gardner. Fire Monty.
What if they kept him? What if they?
Oh man,
that would be just.
I mean, Tua already landed in Atlanta.
That'd be electric factory and just screw over the Vikings. Suck it, Minnesota.
We've decided to do a take backsies on saying we're going to release K1 at the start of the new year. Actually, we're going to sign him to an extension.
We will have never been more back.
Tevin, what happens when JB and Gardner crap the bed?
People lose their job.
But he didn't say crap. How about this? Retired GOAT. Why would Paris Johnson Jr. and Wilson want to sign extensions here when all they have experienced is losing and poor roster building?
I mean, like Paris is going to get his 5th-year option picked up. I mean, Monty wouldn't even commit to that. And then Mike's going to sign an extension.
What kind of deal is he going to get now? You get Wandell gets $70 million. Alec Pierce gets $140
I'm sure Monty will do a great job in taking care of that.
Right.
I'm sure it's going to go really well because everything goes so great.
It's like, actually, we're going to let Mike walk and we're going to sign Kenny Golladay.
Hey, Kendrick Bourne had a good game last year in week 17. We're going to roll with Kendrick Bourne.
Iron Will, after today, I'm terrified to watch the draft. Same.
I just saw, I think it was Dan Orlovsky's mock. Somebody for ESPN post day 1 free agency mock. Arvell Reese, 3rd overall. That would just be the chef's kiss to this nightmare. I'm stuck in this nightmare. Arvell Reese, Arizona Cardinals. Might as well just bring out Isaiah Simmons to introduce him.
Toph bets. Johnny, why do you think Willis can maximize MHJ? He is also a backup quarterback. I don't think paying Malik does anything in the NFC West best. Tank for next year. We are screwed until Bidwill is gone anyway.
Throws a great deep ball.
He's a dual threat. Throws a great deep ball. He was actually pretty efficient in his sample size. Just think that there was some upside where you know what you're going to get. And I just would have rather rolled the dice. I know it's not without risk. And I know, it's tough as far as maybe spreading the love around as far as being the quarterback, but when he leaned into his playmakers or Trey or Mike or had to pick between Mike and Marv, I don't know. I would have rather seen that than what we know we're going to get with Brissett.
He did a really nice rapport with Romeo Dobbs. Let's keep it going.
How about Steven Jackson? Remember when we thought last season was rock bottom? Brace yourselves. All the home games next season will be at least 90% away fans.
God, you got to think Michael Bidwill, does he not know that? Mike, we're pretty sure you watched the show. Mike, it's not going to be good. You got time. Fix this.
Still over 1,100 people watching. Hit that like button. How about this? Ike, Raiders are vastly more competent than the Cardinals. Words I never thought I'd say.
They got Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They got Tom Brady. They're way more competent. Cardinals are competing with the Jets and the Browns right now. Those are their peers.
You want to get the right messaging to the fan base. Continue to support this show. Like it. Like your super chats as well. Really appreciate these. Baxter. Jacoby slung it last year. Simonello, I've said it 14 different times, is a solid starting guard. Allgeier has starting capabilities. Willis was not a slam dunk either. I'd rather invest in other aspects and get a quarterback in the draft next year. Devin Lloyd inbound.
Devin Lloyd went to the Bears? Didn't he already sign?
No, that was Devin Bush.
Devin Bush, excuse me.
That was a strange move.
I didn't
say Malo. Baxter, I appreciate the positivity. I think Allgeier adds to your running back room. I wouldn't say that he's got starting capabilities.
He's fine. And they didn't have fine last year. And the guard they got from Pittsburgh, you're right, is going to be an upgrade for them. And they're probably going to hopefully draft a right tackle who's going to be better. But you're propping up a quarterback that we have seen have severe limitations when being asked to play for 17 weeks. I'm going to say something controversial here. Gardner Minshew has more recent success of winning than Jacoby Brissett. Gardner Minshew, what did he go, 7-6 that year? That Richardson was a rookie and got hurt. Remember that? And it was the dog water AFC South. But remember, it was him versus CJ Stroud. Gardner Minshew might be better than Jacoby Brissett, but what are we talking about comparing the two?
Well, when you just look at just kind of pound for pound their stats against each other, and you consider Jacoby, the successful stats he had, added to that,
right,
and pushed him a little bit further than Gardner, where it's they kind of are the same guy.
They are, and he's 4 years younger. Did he blow out his knee though? Does anybody know?
No, he didn't. It was I mentioned that in earlier podcast.
It
was not an ACL after they looked into it. It was actually a non-displaced tibial plateau fracture.
He's way more viable than Jimmy Garoppolo. And if the move was Gardner Minshew and Malik Willis or Gardner Minshew and Derek, I'd feel way better about this situation. But if Gardner Minshew was this team's backup with a competent starter, we'd feel way different. They're like this. You have two backups posing as starters. You can't have that. Yeah,
so it occurs when the top of the shin bone cracks but remains in alignment, and usually caused by trauma. It's non-weight bearing, crutches for 6 to 12 weeks, physical therapy, 3 to 4 month return. Mike, let's put in the chat $20. How about Jay Watt?
That makes me laugh.
Poor MHJ, Mike, and Trey. No hope for quarterback born to. At least they've got an ability to get numbers. As far as like really kind of stringing together consistent drives and putting up the points that's going to be necessary. I mean, that's what they're going to be seeking. They've experienced the numbers push, all of them. You know, I think Marv wants actually to get to that point, but like Mike and Trey, they want to win football games. They want to be competitive. Like I'm sure Trey McBride is just so sick of losing at this point.
They want to be relevant, national TV, playing in playoff games. Keystone, $5. I live in PA and do not plan to renew my season or Sunday ticket subscription. I'm tapping out for 26. Also, Cardinals will not get Arch Manning in 27. They will not. No way. I mean, like when people are already making jokes about like him rejecting this franchise, like, Bo, do you think Arch Manning would come and play here?
I don't know.
You don't even want to entertain that right now.
Right. I mean, we're so far away from that. So many things have to go into it. Like you have to be, it's almost harder to get the number one pick in the draft than it is to be the top team in the league.
Yeah. Keep it going.
70 more super chats. Keeping it going. Clayton, would we win a Super Bowl with Willis? Since the answer is no, then why not tank? Boys will always draft on bad quarterback draft cycles. We get a great QB in 2027.
Because these are grown men and this fan base has endured so much losing. You can't ask people to lose more. And like there are backup quarterbacks that are young that go on to be starters all the time that are competent. I mean, like Matt Schaub did it. Like it happens. And also like Malik Willis was a third-round pick that a lot of people could have gone higher. He has the ability. It was worth a flyer.
Right.
Jacoby Brissett is in his 30s. He's 33. He's going to be 34.
The Justin Fields got $40 million on a 2-year deal and $30 million guaranteed. Like you push that out, that's kind of like the Willis deal now. Like you got $45 million guaranteed. It just seems like there's risk there, not a ton of risk, especially when you consider like what you have cap wise next year. If you absorbed more of it this year, you could have flipped it from what the Dolphins did. They're going to take on $9 million this year and then 28 next year.
Mm-hmm.
How about member for a month, Mike Matthews? QB is a mystery for Cardinals. We will never be able to figure it out. Unbelievable. Yeah, the curse continues.
I mean, like we get it. Like everybody gets it. The team doesn't get it though.
Derek, how much blame will Kyler get for today's fallout?
Today's the best thing that ever happened to Kyler Murray with his association with this franchise outside of the day he got extended.
Our guy Schaff, I would like to hear Monty explain to the fans how we lost out on Malik. What exactly happened? If they planned the tank without trying to be obvious.
They're not trying to tank. They think this is the best way to win games this year. They're incorrect, but that's what they think. Monty, we can't get Monty to say 2 sentences in his press conference. He'll never explain any of this.
Our guy Reezy, baby.
Real quick. And then you got the Dolphins' new GM going on a broadcast at the Combine, basically saying if they're not in on Malik, they're lying to you. And he's just showing his hand. And, you know, not to get too disingenuous, but like putting it out there, right? It's like, hey, this is what I got. And then he backs it up 1 for 1 as their GM. And our GM's like, oh, God, I can't do a 3-year deal. Just can't.
Right.
It's year 4, man. You got 15 wins.
Dolphins are giving up more in dead money to Tua. They had less cap, probably more to lose.
Bad. Reezy baby, $20. Thank you so much. Clearing this cap space to sign this guy is like cashing in your 401k to go to the Dollar Tree shopping spree. Is it 2027 yet? Boom. Bingo. I'm clearing cap space for Tyler Allgeier. See ya, Kyler.
Sand Viper, I mean, these signings are legitimately tank worthy. I don't think we can honestly say that we aren't tanking. Kwesi got fired for a way better product.
It's because they got better players. I don't like. Bidwill came out and said in his presser, we expect to win. Win what? You're not winning the presser, I can tell you that. You're not winning the court of public opinion. Now you got to do something that we all said you couldn't afford to do if you brought back Gannon and win the court of public opinion for 6 months of the offseason. You got 2 months of grace period. That's done. That's dead. That's over.
Yeah, let's rip through these. Here we go. Jeremy, I need to see JV and Monty face-to-face interview like a boxing match. Love the energy, dude. Always keeping it real.
I like Monty as a person, doing a terrible job.
How about this from Native Trader? Didn't renew my seats after JG firing. Wanted to see what free agent and draft will bring. And after day one moves to free agency, nope, not spending another penny on them.
That's right. You gave him a chance. Kudos for you for being open-minded. And the team blew it.
Gave him a chance. You did. How about this? Pottsville strikes again, Van John 22 says.
Give him the title back.
Sand Viper. I believe this backlash will have us overdraft Ty Simpson. Bidwill will panic after this and pull that trigger at 3 and trade back into the first.
Michael Bidwill doesn't want to talk about 2027 draft classes. I agree 100%. Ty Simpson, if I had to book it right now, I would say Ty Simpson, even money to be this team's QB.
Short stack goblin. Every expert you interviewed in Indy said to tank.
Yeah, but the team can't operate that way. But you're right. Mina, everybody did.
Yeah.
Just kind of reset. But Monty shouldn't get multiple resets.
Right. Being an outsider, a national pundit analyst, you don't have to endure that type of season firsthand. You're not having to spend your money. You get to sit normally in a cushy environment and watch NFL Sunday Ticket. And when the Cardinals are getting absolutely bludgeoned in the first half, you can switch to the other game on the afternoon slate. That's the advantage. You have to endure this. This fan has had to endure this. Fan base has endured this for far too long. Keeping it going, Brian. Why sign an old guard who doesn't fit our timeline of competitiveness? Trade Marv, trade Buddha, trade anyone from the 24 class who has value today.
I think Trey Benson,
a lot of value.
Trey Benson and Max Melton could be toast. What about Trey? We didn't even get into this. Trey Benson could be done.
Terrible. The Copper Cyborg. This org is the most unserious organization in the league. All I can do is laugh. So which team are we all rooting for now until they decide to get serious? You got a team, Johnny?
Still got to root for this team. Still rooting for this team.
LeBron.
Here, I'll paraphrase this one from LeBron.
Okay.
Monti Ossenfort and Michael Bidwill, not great. Absolute bums. F this franchise. Worse than a really bad person.
Got it. Okay. We appreciate the super chat, LeBron, as always. Iron Will, Michael Floor, quote, I am open to embracing playing the best quarterback possible for Arizona Cardinals. Hey, quote, hey, Monty, get Minshew on the phone.
What was your reaction? What was your reaction when that tweet came out?
I was on the phone with you.
I know, but your general, could you believe what you were reading?
And I thought I offended your whole family.
No, they don't. They get it. They see it every day. Hang on real quick. I know we got so many super chats. So I got a text from my mom during this show. Mm-hmm. And she says, hey, give your fans credit. We can't be done at quarterback. There's no way we as fans feel Jacoby Brissett is going to be the number one quarterback. Relax. What would you say to my mom?
I like the positivity.
No, I want you to be cut through the BS. What would you say to her?
It's not happening, Mom. And it's just, this is the hand we're being dealt.
This is what they're doing. Mm-hmm. I think there are people that think like that. I wanted to think like that. And then they came out with their stupid, moronic depth chart on March 9th that they're leaking out. Take that depth chart and literally light it on fire.
Tommy, the Titan, I'm going to assume this means we are trading up back into the late first for Ty Simpson. There's no way there is a plan as if Jacoby Minshew unless we're tanking.
Arizona Cardinals move up from 34 to get to 18 to take Ty Simpson. They gave up their 2027 first-round pick in the process, Bo. And then you jump out of your chair at Gila. You just walk off the set.
Would that be the final straw? Jonathan Castro, never. How about I'd rather take Drew Aller in the third round than Simpson in the first? Me too, Jonathan.
I'm kind of right there. right now too. Because I feel so like if you'd sign Malik and you're like he's not playing at all this year. Drew Aller is getting in games. Drew Aller could be the starter by Halloween. Let's rip it. Let's rip it, Drew.
But if Aller is like, we're Aller, this is his team now. I don't want that either.
No, you're not letting Drew Aller dictate your plans next year. But
Right.
let's
play
have
will
fun,
not
have fun.
allow that. Yeah.
Hey, you look pretty good at the combine.
Terry Cleary trading down and picking Simpson is an absolute malpractice.
They really liked the nice things Ty Simpson said about them and his combine availability, so they're drafting him now.
If they did trade down from 3, like let's say they did the Chiefs wouldn't do that. They got Kenneth Walker now. Like if they got 9 and 29, or they got
no one's giving.
If
no
they
one's
got
trading
assets,
up in this draft.
If they trade it down and they got assets and then use some of those assets to get back up to Ty Simpson, that's the only way I'll accept it.
No, they're trading now, and then their first pick is going to be Ty Simpson.
Tucson Goat Guy is back. This pod is my happy place. Thanks, boys.
Fa.
Okay.
The sun will rise on us again.
Keeping it going. Look at this $50 super chat. Dune Buggy. Johnny, God save me, please. Don't let Monty make any decisions with the 3rd overall pick.
Get ready to learn Arvell Reese, dude.
Don't do that.
It's going to be sweet when Arvell Reese gets like a single-digit number, and it's like, first day of OTAs, he's running side by side.
He's number 1.
Senior. It's like, Zaven's like, don't worry, guys. I got edge rusher. And people are just like, it's the Jerry Seinfeld meme. He fucked off.
Chef, I'm serious when I say fans might file a class action lawsuit against the Cardinals and Bidwill. Imagine if we win and the court rules team be sold.
He is the team president.
The people versus Cardinals ownership, Michael Bidwill. Keeping it going. How about Citrus? I can't believe the most realistic timeline of us competing again is 2028, where we're legit about to not have a winning record for 5+ years unless LaFleur is McVay 2.0, complete loser franchise.
And then you got to watch the Rams like go all in, and you got to watch the Seahawks Super Bowl, success. And then, Shanahan will be good. They got Mike Evans. This is like, what? Let me turn on the Cardinal game. Oh my God. Running clock again.
What a play by Kendrick Bourne. Did you see that?
Yeah. Down. Who would have thought we'd be sitting here after Gannon got fired and it's like Nick Rawls is back and Jacoby Brissett is starting for you.
And Kyler's gone.
What'd you get for Kyler? Nothing.
You need to do another one of those coma videos. Here we go. Van John, just keep trading down for next year's picks. Look, if you're going to tank, just do it like the Jets. Just be egregious and blatant with it.
Monty wants to trade down so he owns every pick of the 7th round. Water that bad boy down hard.
Keeping it going. Daniel Barnett, don't you think we hit on Michael LaFleur? Will we be fine?
I do. How about that? I do. If Mike's good, it'll be obvious. So, and I root for Mike. And I would like to think Mike roots for me.
Bidwill ought to pay us for this shit.
Game Time with our friends at Game Time. Check out those seats. Be good deals to be had.
Sir Ramza, the Cards losing a lot is part of the script.
That's why people don't understand. Like the other NFL owners want this ownership to remain in place because it's just like you don't have to worry about this team. Like they're like you think who's the owner for the Rams?
Sam Kroenke.
You think Stan Kroenke looks at Arizona right now and is just like they're starting Jacoby Brissett? What a joke!
Right?
Of course they do.
Keith Davis. Somewhere Steve Keim is laughing and taking a shot. His old team. Here we go. Keeping it going. Sean, I don't think the Cardinals had such a disastrous first day as y'all make it seem. We got a solid running back. Got a solid backup quarterback. We got Kendrick Bourne. Besides Malik, not my free agent quarterbacks to go after.
Derek
Not many.
Carr is better than Jacoby Brissett. And Derek Carr gives you juice. No juice with Jacoby. Juiceless.
Tyler Allgeier, decent piece to the running back room. I'm not about to say he's like RB1 by any means.
I mean, there's the likelihood that James gets hurt and he's just your starter this year is high. Unfortunately, that James missed his time. I'm not rooting for that.
Our guy Ranger's been so generous today with super chats. I mean, seriously, upwards 350.
Oh my God.
Maybe more. Yeah, Monti is who I thought he was, not a GM. Iron Will with Dallas, Kansas City, no running back, trade down. Maybe we trade down Vikings at 18 for a 27 first-round pick, so they get Love at 3, and then we have Ty at 18. That or Maui Noah at 3?
Maui Noah at 3. At this point, I'm on, like, you're not taking Jeremiah Love, Bo, and, like, I'm not David Bailey as much as I want. Like, I think he's a better prospect than Maui Noah. There's no right tackle. You just have to take Maui Noah at this point. Like, and clean that up. And then that way, if you have to start Drew Aller or Ty Simpson or whomever, just like do that. I don't want to give any resources to Nick Ross right now. No thanks. Not interested.
Can you imagine if you continue to just hand Minnesota things? Like here's Kyler at 1.3 million, and then also, you want just to add Jeremiah Love to the backfield too.
Right. No thanks.
Trevor, it's a good thought though. Trevor, who can we trade for a QB? Just sign Johnny at quarterback.
I can't believe that like this is the quarterback room they're going to go into the offseason with. Jacoby and Minshew are like great football guys, but like this is what gets people fired. Like I'm sure Michael Floor is okay with this because it's just like, you get a couple pros. Like envision these guys winning games for this team next year. Can you do it? Can you see it?
Red Feather Workshop, Dana Ballnor, me for 3 years. We need a speedy receiver to take the top off. Monti in year 4. Best I can do, a wide receiver who could beat in a foot race. I could beat in a foot race.
I was wrong. Kendrick Bourne is only 30. So,
okay.
You know. His stats this past year, 551 yards. He's got 1 touchdown in 2 years. Remember he signed that big deal with the Patriots forever ago?
Yeah.
This is okay, Dana. Here's where I'm all right with it because he was with Mike, and Mike knows him, and Mike likes him, and this is a Mike signing. No issue with that. Like you can do that at other positions. You can't do quarterback. You got to get your act together.
Can we say this one from LeBron? I can't see it. Is it when you're gonna have to paraphrase again?
Maybe just a little bit. Bidwill should be arrested for malpractice on the fans.
Okay. How about this from Von John? The Mannings just put a restraining order on the Cards, FYI. Rocker vocalist, AZ. Hope is a good thing, Red. Maybe the best of things. Andy Dufresne, Shawshank Redemption. Love the OG signing. I still have hope.
I'm going to start tunneling my way out of this franchise, Rocker.
We're at the part where we're crawling through 300 yards of crap.
I don't think we've gotten there yet.
We're not even. We haven't even made it that far.
Kicked out of me by a couple of guards, and I'm laying on the floor. That was today.
Dylan, I don't like this analogy anymore. How about Johnny? Tell these people who want to tank for 2027 draft prospect that if K1 was in this draft, he would be the number 1 prospect, and we see how that went.
How about everybody just like K1 at $1 million is the greatest value, and get ready for the Slobberfest love affair when the Vikings sign him. Yeah. Like the last people that are going to have any kind of grace in this process is the Cardinals and their fans, which is suck. Like the Cardinals are having fun because they're doing what they want. Kyler gets what he wants. The Vikings get what they want. The Vikings fans get what they want. We're the only people that don't get what we want.
Right. Sir Ramza, Kyler for Aaron trade incoming. You heard it here first.
If they would have signed Aaron Rodgers today, it would have been all the way back. Mercenary coming in for a year, him and Hackett, 100%. That would have been awesome.
Sand Viper, if Monti gets fired, he has to be 2 weeks before the trade deadline and see what Sears has before January.
Probably. Sears would probably be the next GM too. But hopefully he would know what not to do.
602 Chris, this franchise never has a plan. Just got to laugh.
Do you think that when they started the offseason that they thought it would be a lodge, like a reality in which they would go into the season with Jacoby Brissett as their starter? Do you think they really believe that?
Probably.
My God. Then why didn't they just say that when they were at the combine?
They're trying to keep Kyler, try to get any kind of leverage there, any kind of stock.
Job, guys. Great job, guys.
Joe, Monty makes me want
to not have
15 on the way.
Not have a good time.
Yeah. You take a toaster where you shouldn't take it. Native Trader, you think Matt called Mike and was like, what the F happened? I gave you Willis on a silver platter and give a good start to your head coaching journey.
I bet there's some truth to that. Matt wants to see Mike succeed.
Gage, friend of the show. What's up, Gage? We've been taking losses since Walt at training camp.
It's been all effed up from there. You're right, Gage.
Many Cards fans will watch the Vikings instead. That's from 1IQ CH5VH. How about this?
I'll watch a lot of Kyler this year for sure.
Yeah, LeBron and a lot of college football. When will the point come where we are not a purgatory franchise anymore and be a playoff contender every year? In 1 million decades, maybe will the Cardinals ever be consistent?
Next one.
AZ Moses. Kyle Odegaard is such an effing tool.
It's tough. I like Kyler. I like Kyle, but I don't think he's a fan of this team. I think he worked for the team, and it's easy for him to say, like, just lose all your games and just do X, Y, and Z. When you're a fan, like Bo and I are a fan of this team and want to see them do well. Right. I'm never going to be like, hey, if my buddy's team was terrible, it'd be easy for me to say, like, if like Noah, hey, just have the Lions lose out and get the number 1 pick next year. I'll check back with you in 6 months. We follow this team. We want to see them do well.
Keeping it going. Brandon Hunt, super disappointed with how today went. We should have kept Murray and Michael Floor at this point. With Michael Floor, won't be investing money into the team this season.
Yep, I think that's going to be the consensus, Brendan. And I'm 100% with you on the front end.
How about this from Gore? Hi, guys. Jeremy. Love the pod. Every day watching from Brazil, trying to have hope here. Who do you guys think we can trade at quarterback and what price?
I unfortunately think the next QB that they're adding is in the draft. I would like, no one's calling Derek Carr. Give him a call.
Yeah. Bajan thing never materialized.
Maybe nobody really wanted Tyler Bajan.
Tyson, yeah. Guillermo, thank you, buddy. How about Skeezy? Safety room will be interesting. We should have made a different move.
How about Jalen Thompson getting big money? Good for him.
36 mil. Pretty impressive.
We like.
How about this from Evan? Arch Manning is not going to choose his team. Would he rather play for the Jets, Browns over the Cardinals? What other teams could he go to?
That's a good point. Like if it's all these, if it's just all the trash, I think the Browns could be pretty interesting this year. But yeah, the Jets and the Cardinals right now are the 2 worst teams in the NFL. But the difference is the Jets had a complete reorg last year. The Cardinals have had the same GM since 2023. He's
Bo Peterson. Yeah. I'm in here. I'm in the stage of fandom hibernation. I don't expect anything out of the Cards. Our only hopes is win the draft and get the next Peyton Manning.
There's always a chance one of these quarterbacks in the draft is good.
And also you had like the Fernando Mendoza thing where he didn't even really know about Mendoza. He was just a transfer from Cal at this point. He wasn't in the draft conversation, like who's going to also emerge and who solidifies themselves. So you hope that it's 24 again or close to it. I mean, 6 is a lot. Can you get 4? And can the Cardinals, will they be in a position to get one of those 4? How about this from Oh, what's up?
We'll paraphrase here from MKLZ96.
Okay.
At least Kime went out in style, and he has extreme hurt in his heart.
Okay.
Steve Kime. Good day for old Steve.
We got a new member. How about this? Art. Welcome, Art. Keeping it going here. You guys crushed it. Absolutely crushed it. It's your day to sound off. Daddy Rabbits. I'm officially in an abusive relationship and I can't leave. You guys are my hotline. Help.
Help.
Going back to Sir Ramza, tanking is loser culture, which leads to more losing.
Yep. And leads to player apathy, and so hard to break that losing culture too.
Das Libra. I'm going to have to watch games with you guys. I can sit with JV and complain and stir about the team while Bo pats us on their backs and tries to keep us positive.
We're going to do watch alongs for every game. We'll be with you every step of the way. We're not going anywhere.
LeBron, Kubiak cooked today. Must be nice.
I mean,
center.
Spy tech.
Got some defensive players. Yeah.
They got a hope there. They did. I mean, Cardinals are they're lost right now. They're a lost franchise.
Jesus is mental. Can we keep Kyler, please?
He's not cut until he's cut. And when he's cut, it's going to be rough. Like they blew their only opportunity for, like, if they had added a quarterback of note, then the Kyler, that would have been painful for a lot of people. But like now, don't you think when they release that statement and like they'll do a video and stuff, it's going to be so painful, so much more painful because people know what's on the other side of the curtain.
Mm. JG and Kyler are the biggest winners today. Might as well switch the Cardinals and Rattlers at this point. Daniel Lapple.
Monti Ossenfort, man. Just not cut out for this.
Daniel Appel, sorry. Yeah. Unbelievable football lord.
Oh, no, Minshew.
In the year of our football Lord 2026, thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's roster. Let Monty multiply they ham and bread and cheese.
Well said. No notes. No notes.
A little levity there. You got it. How about Steve Kime's school of things? Monty should start drinking.
He's just sitting there with his saltines, enjoying his additions here. Remember our podcast last night? How electric it was?
Just a nice fresca. Just cracked it.
Kendrick Bourne.
LeBron. How many fans will show up at home games? LMAO.
You'll get people that just want to have a day at the stadium, but like it is going to be rough, especially with an opposing team. That'll be so embarrassing.
Brian P. Sorry you guys have to read all these, but clearly our fan base is pissed. AZ should be ineligible for shared revenue given their obvious tanking.
I agree with the latter half. You should take that away from this year, but we'll never apologize. We'll stay on as long as you guys want to hang out. I need this today. This is difficult.
Dana's back. Raiders free agency is an example of how you try to implement a 1-year turnaround. Maybe it won't work, but damn it, they're trying.
Monty just can't. He just doesn't know how to do that. This rebuild with Monty minimum is going to take 10 years. I mean, who's the next general manager of this team? That's what I'm interested in knowing.
Brian, Ossenfort flavored ice cream. What do we got from Joe? Can you read that?
Yeah, I got Joe here. We are nasty swine. Mint chocolate chip is shit, by the way.
Keeping it going. T, I think Monty genuinely has a fetish by getting lit up by Teo, Mackey, Easy Central. Appreciate the coverage, boys. Used to go through off-season depressions alone. Not anymore.
Yeah, we're all together in misery. Yeah. Monty will never talk to me again. That's all right.
Ranger. I have a feeling JV is not a fan of Monty anymore.
I was holding out hope that he was going to get it together, and it's been a disaster. This is the worst case scenario. I'm in hell.
You just put the next one on the screen. Is it Diego Perez? Yeah, I would rather have a crackhead from Tonopah than a nickname for Monti. Harry, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining.
Oh man, the local media loves to tell you what you should think about the Cardinals team that's running it back with a quarterback that went 1-11.
Yeah. They tanked in 2023. Guess what? They're back tanking in 2026.
I'm Casey Kasem. Brian, $5. Yeah, right.
Brian P. Hiding injury info, insights, and franchise for competitive advantage and win 3 games were a joke of a franchise. At least entertain the fan base.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you can't. That's why Gannon got fired. You can't not communicate. And we don't even know what happened to Walter Nolan. They won't tell us. Jeremiah Love, we need you.
Jacob, just saw on Twitter Michael Wilson could get traded. Thoughts?
What the hell?
I'm looking it up. Why don't you grab these super chats?
Okay, next one up. Keeping it crap since 1898. 1898. Next up. Thank you. Brian's back. Mo has a job because people like JV's mom. Wow, mom taking shots here. That's right, mom. Listen up. Believe in the best of people. Wish I had her faith. Protect that lady at all costs. Well, my dad is the opposite, though, so it has to even out. Here's what bothers me, Brian, like legitimately, is like my son who like I'm trying to like he's super into football. I'm like, be a Cardinal fan. And then they're terrible. And he's like teary-eyed every Sunday because they suck. It's just like you're not winning any new fans. You're not getting any new people to consume it. It's like how many Chief fans have been born and bred over the last like 10 years? And, you know, Chief fans growing up, I'm from the Midwest, they were fine. Like there were people who were a fan of that franchise. It's like this team can't grow fans. They're hemorrhaging fans. Like people that are going to grow up here are going to be like, the Cardinals are a joke. I will not consume them.
Right.
Any news on Michael Wilson?
Some guy named Drake Silver source, after a strong season and expiring contract, wide receiver Michael Wilson has a hot name on the trade market over the last 2 weeks.
This
Jags, Pats, Jets, Commanders all have maintained the most contact with AZ on a potential trade for the promising wide receiver.
That sounds about as reliable as old Jerry Gergich last night on our emergency pod. Forgot about Jerry.
He let me down.
What happened to Jerry?
Jerry with a G and one R, man.
Jerry, you son of a bitch. You screwed us. We thought you had the inside track on your blog, blogspot.com. Heard the Cardinals are getting Malik Willis. Jer.
Oh, yeah. Jake Silver or Gordon Holtz or whatever this is about as reliable as Jerry. LeBron Bidwill has no cojones. Same with Monti.
Rough.
Calvin Montgomery, never have been so upset in my life with this team.
This is the worst day as a fan that I can remember. Like, I'm sure there have been worse days. Easily for the last like half decade plus. This is the worst day.
Carp Fish, today is the first day that I've had to say Monti is not cut out for this job. What a joke outside of Semelo.
Yeah, and Semelo would have been a good like coupled acquisition with a quarterback. Yeah, Monti can't do this. Just say, like, I'm at the point like I don't expect him to turn around. This is who he is. We have 4 free agencies now. This is who he is.
How about this from LeBron? Chris Paul has cut the lead to 42, probably the Cards this season.
That's good. I might steal that. Thank you, LeBron.
Seaman H. This free agent class has me wanting 2027 PFF draft simulator. Can't get here soon enough.
Might just be a good time for all of us to spend time with family, you know?
How about this from Jonathan Castro? We wanted Malik and Love, and we got Brissett and Allgeier.
That's so depressing. Like, there are so many people who are like, yeah, that sounds fun. I want to do that. Mm-hmm. And Cardinals are like,
what they have to do, guys.
How about an older, slower version of that? Yep. That's it. You're right, Monti.
C. Manich, Bajent, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis would be better. Gross.
They would have. Like,
I wouldn't mind. Yeah, throw me a Richardson or a Levis in this room now.
There's got to be a chance that they move Jacoby Brissett still. There's got to be a chance.
They named him starter today.
Who named him? Who did? Who did?
Somebody leaking info.
And then to maybe drive the price up on the Jets, a Jacoby Brissett trade would feed families right now. Get him out. Get him out.
Brian, can we get a Monti Ossenfort K1 story? Why protect Monti?
Soon.
Okay. How about this from Gabe? Am I supposed to be excited for 2026? What a joke.
They're having a really tough time when they put out that old 2026 calendar for the season of who to put on that bad boy. There's gonna be a lot of Trey McBride on that. Yeah. I mean, they're hopeless outside of they have a new head coach. That's what you should be. I'm excited to watch Mike LaFleur coach.
Keeping it going. K1 needed everything we're doing now 7 years later.
There's a lot of truth to that. New play caller from the Shanahan tree, McVay tree, and I mean, there seems like the offensive line is going to be better.
Yeah, they trust them. Yeah, thank you. Good super chat. Jenga Man. Espo has to love the Cards being ass money rolling in. Not for long.
No. We got a long way to go, brothers and sisters, before the season. We hope you stick with us.
Yeah, it's interesting today, but how once you start to get into the weeds and break it down, what a Jacoby Brissett run offense can look like in 2026, it's when people start to say, maybe I might read a book. Ranger, JV, did your wife tell you this would happen?
100%. Yes. Yesterday. She said they were going to blow it. Yep. She said, why are you writing that article about Monti Ossenfort? They're not going to do anything. What did Mike tell you? And I said that they're going to sign keep Jacoby Brissett. She's like, well, that's what they'll do.
Brian P., my 3-year-old learned the phrase, we effing suck. Couldn't even be mad because he's right and used it correctly. Feels like I'm setting him up for failure.
No, that kid's got street smarts. He'll succeed. He'll succeed.
Colin, rip official Cards social media pages.
Pray for those admins running those accounts. Think of them tonight when you go to bed.
Bidwill's just sell the McMahon WWE.
Vince McMahon. Peak Vince McMahon would be good. Not old washed 80-plus-year-old Vince McMahon. No. That'd be like Al Davis.
With Monty stepping in my office. You're fired.
Oh, he'd be fired in a second. Because Vince would make all the picks. He would do everything.
Wrapping up some super chats here. LeBron never said this yet. Love the podcast. Where's BG? We're going to get BG back in here. I think he's going to join us for our draft broadcast going on. And of course, he's going to be with us throughout the season. We're
BG,
trying to, yeah.
He texted me. He said he was done after today. He said it today.
We're just going to throttle down here as a pod. If we haven't followed the signs yet, it's time to ultimately just throttle down.
I think I'm going to take up like knitting. I think I'm going to get like one of those knitting kits.
Critical thinker. Until Jerry reports the starters, don't believe it.
No, I need Jerry's face on a graphic immediately. I wonder what keep ripping these. I wonder what old Jerry, who I followed, what he had to say today.
Yeah. If you open the Twitter app tonight, you're just going to see Johnny go on a tirade against Jerry for leading him astray. AZ Moses, Johnny foolishly retweeting Jerry yesterday with all the confidence in the world. I took one look at his Twitter bio. I'm like, nope, don't trust this guy.
I go, Bo, you didn't amplify that? He's like, no. Sorry, I'm trying to give a spotlight. It's like Small Business Saturday. I'm trying to give a spotlight to Jared.
Jerry's bio is like, I like basketball. And he's like, Malik Willis, Cardinals, book it. 2 years, $60 million. AZ Moses, I hope both sides of Monty's pillow are hot forever.
We need to stop hiring.
Cool, the other side of the pillow. That's for sure. Brian P, thinking of admins before bed is wild. LOL.
Just pray. You don't pray for them. That's a tough job. You only go to the Fitzwell so many times.
I don't know if we could have done any more today. 3 shows, a bunch of shorts.
We got
Noah
more.
had other shows in between. We did our best today.
Could they still get Cousins or other as starter?
No, I don't think so.
Yes. Joe, crazy that in terms of the offensive star. Oh, we got this one already. Sorry. Some of these are just hanging around. Here we go. Who's to blame for the last 3 years? JG and Monti or Bidwill?
I mean, you're starting to look at it.
Monti.
Yeah.
Monti Ossenfort is doing a horrible job. And Michael Bidwill has enabled him, and Jonathan Gannon couldn't develop. I mean, they're all 3 responsible. That's a cop-out answer. But, like, they don't have enough good players. That's Monti Ossenfort thing. 199.
Trasta, thank you for the 199. Yeah.
Monti Ossenfort. Michael B. Our saviors. I like this. Thank you, Guns. I like this next one. Trevor. Monti Ossenfort slept in today and was like, who's left? He got to the facility at like 10:15. Oh, Malik signed? Interesting. We got Jimmy's reps on the phone. Maui Noah and Ty at first, then Edge in the second. No, we don't have 2 number 1s. So it's Ty Simpson 3rd overall. Get used to that.
It would probably take your 2nd round pick to get up.
And then some.
Yeah.
Ty Simpson is going in the 1st round.
Couldn't have gone worse. Couldn't have gone worse today.
It's been the worst day ever doing this show. I mean, it's been great with all of you, but it's the worst day ever. Like it's not fun. Like when the team does this,
like when we get home,
Cardinals.
Once the camera goes off, the mic goes off, and we're just set there silence with our own thoughts, and you really have to think about this team.
I don't want to. Mo, grown up Ralph Wiggum from The Simpsons. I mean, I was up last night until after midnight on Twitter, and then I got up at 6 a.m. this morning, and then I just like, let's go, juice, and then they did the unthinkable. Ranger $5. Bo and Noah, great job today. JV, you did good also after you got out of the shower crying. Yeah, that's right.
Once he picked himself up from the fetal position, he did his job to the best of his abilities. Ranger, we're thankful for you and grateful for your support here.
It's been a sad day. Bad day, sad day. We want this team. This is what people don't understand that don't consume the show. We want them to do well. We want them to make the right choices. We ask so little of them. And then they have days like today, and it's like, you are the worst. You're
looking for primetime players in March. You're looking for during the madness to show up. Monty hasn't been that guy for this team yet.
Monty is a minor leaguer trying to play in the big leagues. Doesn't have it. And he's gotten 4 off seasons to prove he's got it. Doesn't have it. Gregory Esposito, Mr. GM. Great work today, guys. You survived the QB crap and my bad Monty jokes. Thanks for holding it down earlier with Bo. We appreciate you, my guy. Thanks to Noah crushing it.
Yeah.
Sir Ramza, 199. When will the team president step in and say, enough? That's enough, Monty. Richard, 199. How many players asked for a trade this year? I think that Josh Sweat will get traded. That's my. I'll break some news right now. When Jonathan Gannon got fired, Josh Sweat asked to be traded. How about that?
I didn't know that. You didn't tell me that.
I didn't tell you that. Josh Sweat asked to be traded after Gannon got fired. Maybe he's cool with Nick Rawls, so maybe it's fine now. I don't know. But he has to get traded.
Time for no primetime games. Sunday Night Football.
They haven't had a Sunday Night Football game in legitimately like 10 years.
Yeah.
I don't really like Mike Tirico, though.
I think, I don't know. That's kind of a weird hot take. You could probably just say like they're going to play on mostly Sundays this year in the afternoon slate.
I like Mike. He seems like a nice enough guy. I guess in hindsight, he dogs the Cardinals a lot.
Ah, got it. Don't they deserve it though?
They do. Espo, I've also asked for a trade. K1 interception, $2. Trey wasn't considered team building. BPA, by the way. You're damn right. Damn right. Who else is BPA? But like K1, this Allgeier thing, you're going to bring Jeremiah Love in here with James Conner and Tyler Allgeier? That'd be the perfect like roster mismanagement. That'd be the chef's kiss. But here's the thing. Tyler Allgeier is basically on a 1-year deal. James Conner's on a 1-year deal. Kendrick Bourne is basically on a 1-year. All these guys are on 1-year deals. It's like, what's the point?
If I had told you yesterday morning,
don't do this,
that the free agent tampering window was going to open and they were going to add Tyler Allgeier, Gardner Minshew, and Kendrick Bourne, you'd have been floored.
I wouldn't have believed you.
In a pivotal offseason, that's the answer.
I wouldn't have believed you. I would have said you're a liar and a cheat. I would have said, what did we get for Jacoby Brissett? A 5th from the Jets? I did have a bad feeling, critical thinker. I had the worst feeling. Fire Monti. I mean, that he's going to get through this season, maybe, but he's barring a miracle, a Hail Mary miracle. Monti Ossenfort, it's not long for this franchise. He's just not made for this. And they're going to come out and they're going to do and say all the right things with the putting Mike in the forefront. Mike's back with some of his guys, and James will be out there, and people are excited to see James. And then it's just going to be like, you guys you're not good enough. You're not a good enough operation right now. You suck.
We're going to shut things down here. Richard jumping in. It's good to hear from Richard. Is this truly the dark side?
I mean, this is as down as we've been.
Cards fan. Bidwill is our version of Jackie Moon, owner, president, except Jackie traded a washing machine for his team. That's what love looks like.
Jackie Moon! Remember you fought that bear?
I did. I'm going to fireman Carrie Noah out of here. Guys, put a lot into it today. But I think this is where we're going to end it here. I think 2.5-hour show on top of 2 emergency podcasts is enough. This will end our broadcast day after LeBron. You guys should keep going live until free agent starts. Actually, for us,
I'm actually going to go live with Gary. I've got Gary on standby.
You're going to do a Spaces with Gary where Johnny's just going to yell at him for being way off.
Sorry, I didn't know.
But that's it. Look, follow at PHNX_Cardinals on Twitter, Instagram. Follow Johnny Venerable on Twitter and Instagram as well. Follow me at Bo Brack. We'll continue to keep you up to date with your team, good or bad. Free agency continues tomorrow. Can they completely redeem themselves? Looking at the odds? No, not looking good. But we'll be here to talk about it. Thank you for everybody and your support today. Our guy Ranger, we will talk to you soon. If not an emergency podcast at some point tomorrow, 4:30, right here, PHNX Cards. See you then.
We all silly like the mayor.